don't know. The helmet, the shoulder.
Going to be riding the Pine.
Aw, you almost sound like.
Be a team player for road safety. Buckle up. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
Start fresh with CAA. CAA members enjoy peace of mind, savings with our rewards partners, and more. Visit CAAmanitoba.com/fresh to learn more.
CTV's The Voice of Don Grande, Ariana Grande, the new coach that's shaking things up and making everyone hit all the right notes.
Hope you choose me.
Get into The Voice, Monday at 7, only on CTV, then stream anytime.
The construction sale continues with the hottest lineup sales event at Fowler Hyundai. Get in on super deals like the 22 Kona all-wheel drive for only $73 weekly, or ever-popular Santa Fe from only $109 weekly, and do not pay for 90 days. We have a few 2021s remaining at 0%, and you'll want to check out Hyundai's all-new sport adventure vehicle, the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Lots to see and great deals to be had at Fowler Hyundai, 3900 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
Right in front, they score. Here's 𝗦cije scores. Oh, what a stop by Ethan Kruger. Here's a chance for Tate. Scores. It's Reinhardt. The hat-trick. Snyder gonna wallpaper him into the glass. Gonna cut to the net. He scores. Oh, Luka Verzan. He looked like Bobby Orr.
This is WHL Hockey live on your home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1. Now here's the voice of the Wheat Kings, Brandon Crow.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to downtown Edmonton. We are at Rogers Place, home of the Oilers, as we get set for the first of 3 games in 2.5 days here in central Alberta. This is your Wheat King pregame show. It's proudly presented by Drummond's Farm Services. Long live the family farm in Holland. The Wheat Kings opening up this 3-game trip tonight. It's the first trip here to Rogers Place since January 28th of 2020. That night, Ben McCartney and Jake Chiasson scored for Brandon in a 6-2 loss. Plenty has changed from then until now. The Edmonton Oil Kings are 4-2-0-1 on the year, but are coming off a 2-1 loss at the hands of the Red Deer Rebels. Meanwhile, the Brandon Wheat Kings, boy, they are riding an absolute high right now as Chad 𝗦cije scored his second straight overtime winner last Saturday. The Wheat Kings knocked off Swift Current. Ryland Roersma, Nolan Ritchie, and Ridley Gregg also scoring for Brandon. Carson Bjarnason kicking aside 34 shots for his 3rd consecutive victory. He'll go again here tonight as he makes his 4th consecutive start. Ethan Kruger is still day-to-day with that upper body injury, as we talked about, a bit of an eye infection. And for a goaltender, you want to be able to see that is not an organ that you can just play through when you're a goaltender. So the backup goaltender tonight will be Nick Jones. Of course, he was Brandon's draft pick a couple of years ago, came to camp, was let go back to Junior A, and then is now with his team, the U18 program, the Calgary Buffaloes. So he will be the backup, I would assume, presumably for the remainder of the weekend. But Doug Gasper, the general manager, has done a fine job of piecing together emergency backups over the last couple of weeks to fill in for Ethan Kruger. So as we get set for this one here tonight, I want to take a look at a couple of very interesting stats. And here's one for you regarding Chad 𝗦cije. Now, he has 5 goals in his last 3 games, which leads the Wheat Kings in goals and leads all WHL defensemen in goals. He's the first Wheat King with 3 consecutive game winners since Brayden Schenn did it in November of 2007. So how about that? Brayden Schenn and Chad 𝗦cije in the same category when it comes to game winners in consecutive games. He's also the first defenseman with 2 overtime winners since Braden Schneider did it last year in the Subway Hub Series in Regina. Now, Eric Pierce, another face that is new to this hockey club, of course acquired on the 20-year-old's deadline last Thursday, picked up his first 2 points as a member of the Wheat Kings. In the Hub last year, or I guess it would be earlier this year, I suppose in the spring, Pierce had 4 multi-point nights as a member of the Prince Albert Raiders. He had 4 assists in the final 2 games of the event in Regina and has found a nice spot here on a line playing tonight with Trey Johnson and Ben Thornton. Meanwhile, we touched on Carson Bjarnason. Boy, he's been excellent his last 3 starts, the longest win streak of his young WHL career, and all 3 victories. Barney, as the teammates call him, has faced north of 35 shots. He stopped 104 shots in his last 186 minutes of action and comes into play here tonight with a record of
3-0, perfect 3-0 record. 3.84 goals against average, and 8.95 save percentage. As mentioned, the emergency backup here tonight will be Nicholas Jones of Calgary. So as we get set for this one here tonight, we have to remind the fans that this is realistically the first overnight lengthy road trip for a lot of these players when you consider the fact that guys like Logan Hammett and Nate Danielson, Rylan Rorsma, Jacob Hoffragi, guys like that played in the hub in Regina have basically played a quarter of a season, which will stand in the record books as a full season, but never really got to travel other than that initial trip to Regina. So I had a chance to catch up with a couple of the guys as we were getting ready for the bus to depart here on Wednesday. And first was Logan Hammett, and got his thoughts on how excited he is to head west for the first time in his career.
All right, Logan, your first real road trip of sorts, going to Alberta here this weekend. Just talk about how excited you are to kind of get your first real taste of junior experience.
I'm excited. Always going on the road is fun when we're with the guys. So I'm really excited to go, and hopefully we can pick up some wins along the way.
Have you ever played in an NHL building? And if not, what are you looking maybe forward to most?
I don't think I've ever played in an NHL building, but I'm looking forward just to kind of looking up in the crowd a little bit before the game. But I'm really excited, I guess, to see the whole building, I guess, how the NHL building is.
Dressing room-wise, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dressing room.
For yourself, how do you think you've adjusted here in your second year? How would you rate your game so far?
I think I'm playing well so far. There's always room to improve. I think I've taken a pretty big step from last year. Not playing too much last year, but I think I'm starting to come around this year and kind of learn the ways of the Western League and get my feet underneath me.
3 games in 3 nights again. It's the second time this season already. Is that more difficult than it sounds, or is it easier than it actually sounds?
I got to say it's harder than it sounds. It's by the time you're in that, and after that second game, you're thinking, "Oh my God, we got to play tomorrow." So it'll be tough, but once you're in the game, you don't really think about it too much. You go on.
Dig deep. That is Logan Hammett on his thoughts heading west. Of course, he's had a great start to the season as well. When we talk about young defensemen really stepping up, it's been such a strange situation for head coach Don McGilvery, who has not had 12 forwards to work with at his disposal yet this season. And again tonight, they go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Now, many of you have been asking, where is 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, the Belarusian import drafted in the CHL import draft? He landed in Calgary earlier today. He is being picked up by a longtime fan of the show and friend of the Brandon Wheat Kings, Dan Block. He's bringing him up to Edmonton. They should arrive here at some point during the first period. They're probably on the highway right now, possibly even listening to us right now. So welcome to Canada, 𝗦cije, as they make their way here to Alberta. He could potentially make his Western Hockey League debut tomorrow in Red Deer, pending jet lag, of course. His flight came from Amsterdam to Calgary. I'm not entirely sure what the time change would be there, but I imagine there'll be a real case of jet lag there for the young Belarusian, but looking forward to getting him into the lineup. When we touched on the lines and the injuries, Riley Janelle did not make the trip. Of course, he played on Wednesday in that overtime win over Saskatoon and actually deflected a puck off his own stick right into his own face. And it kind of mangled him up a little bit. It was a hot pass from Nolan Ritchie right to the front of the goal. It either went off Janelle or the defender's stick. We're not really sure. It's hard to tell on the replay. Came right up underneath the visor. He is going to be okay. It's not a long-term thing, but at the end of the day, when you have a puck hit you right in that sweet spot, kind of right along the sinuses, the bottom of the eye, and the nose, that takes a little while to get healthy. Marcus Kelly is on the trip. He did practice yesterday, and he's getting closer and closer to returning. So certainly a good sign there for the Vegas Golden Knight prospect as the Brandon Wheat Kings look to get healthy again. Owen Harris, he did not make the trip. He was under the weather prior to departure. So 11 forwards, 7 defensemen here tonight. The 7th defenseman will be Zach Turner. They've got him penciled in kind of at forward / rover. He'll kind of fill in wherever he can. Don McGilvery shifted the lines a little bit again tonight. Rylan Rorsma moves to the top line with Ridley Gregg and Tyson Zimmer. Brett Hyland moves to the wing. He'll play with Nolan Ritchie and Nate Danielson. In the third line, as mentioned, Trey Johnson, Eric Pierce, and Ben Thornton. Josiah Bennett and Jackson Dubé make up that half fourth line tonight, with Zach Turner being the extra defenseman here tonight. Mason Ward makes his Brandon Wheat Kings debut here tonight. Of course, he was acquired in the summer from the Red Deer Rebels in exchange for Connor Unger, but suffered an injury at Detroit Red Wings training camp and has not been able to play. He'll make his debut tonight, paired with Chad 𝗦cije. He is in the starting lineup here tonight. And as mentioned earlier, Carson Bjarnason is our Vinyl Holdings starting goaltender here tonight, coming in with that 3-0 record. Speaking of hot hands, Rylan Rorsma has been absolutely on fire for the Brandon Wheat Kings as of late. 3 goals, 3 assists, and I caught up with him after practice to get his thoughts on his first road trip out west.
All right, Rylan, first real road trip with you here in your second season. First time kind of going overnight into 3 new buildings, 3 games in 3 nights. Just talk about your level of excitement here for this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great experience, great learning experience. Obviously, it's going to be tough with all the travel and not getting as much rest as you usually would playing at home throughout the weekend. So, yeah, 3 and 3, they're always tough, but yeah, I think it's going to be a great experience overall, and we're going to bond as a team real well, and hopefully the result goes our way this weekend.
A couple of NHL buildings. What's your experience? I mean, obviously, probably in midget at some point. You've played probably in the Saddledome or Rogers Place, but this is going to be a cool feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I've actually never played in one of the NHL buildings, so yeah, this is going to be a new experience, but definitely pretty cool.
So when you look at the way your season has started, boy, it's certainly come out of the gate hot. What's the difference between last year in the hub and this year for you?
I think I've earned some more responsibility this year, obviously, with some veterans leaving this year. So I got bumped up a little bit and just trying to get my confidence back. And I think it's working out for me, and I'm just going to try and keep rolling the best I can.
That's Rylan 𝗦𝗏 from Lethbridge. We'll have plenty of family and friends in the building here tonight as the Brandon Wheat Kings get set to take on the Edmonton Oil Kings. It's the first of 4 meetings on the season between these two clubs, and this is your Drummond's Farm Services pregame show. As always, Drummond's Farm Services in Holland, proud supporters of the Brandon Wheat Kings here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll chat with Mark 𝗦𝗏, assistant coach of the Brandon Wheat Kings, as we get you set for puck drop here in downtown Edmonton. Rogers Place, Wheat Kings, Oil Kings, little battle royale here on a Friday night on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Drummond's Farm Services, where fall deals have kicked in on versatile.
In here on a Friday night, it's the Brandon Wheat Kings and the Edmonton Oil Kings. First of 4 meetings on the season between these two clubs. Brandon riding a 4-game winning streak while the Oil Kings are coming off a loss at the hands of the Red Deer Rebels. It's a busy night across the Western Hockey League calendar here tonight as we get you set for game 1 of 7 games across the Western Hockey League tonight. Elsewhere in the East Division, it is Prince Albert in Medicine Hat, Saskatoon's in Regina tonight. Swift Current's at home to Calgary. Red Deer's at home to Lethbridge. Tri-City and Seattle later tonight in Prince George and Victoria. Everett's in Portland, Vancouver's in Kamloops, and of course a couple of games at the WHL Cup today. BC over Alberta 5-4 and Manitoba over Saskatchewan 3-2 today at the WHL Cup in Red Deer. So as we get set for puck drop, I was able to catch up with Mark 𝗦𝗏, assistant coach of the Brandon Wheat Kings, just prior to this one here tonight.
All right, Mark, certainly start of a busy weekend here, 3 games in 2.5 days. We saw this schedule a couple of weeks ago, and you finished with 4 of a possible 6 points. So where do you set the goal here coming into this weekend?
Well, right now we're just worried about the first game. I think we don't really want to look ahead too far. This is a very good team we're playing tonight, so we'll just try and look after tonight and go from there.
When you look at this Edmonton team, it's been a long time since you've played them. Last time we were in Alberta was 2019, calendar year. So what do you see in the pre-scout here against the Oil Kings?
This is a good team. I mean, they were highly touted coming into the season here. They're still trying to find their game a little bit too. They've made some moves and trying to get things figured out a bit. But it's a very good team over there. They have a lot of talent, so we better bring our A game tonight.
Certainly another night. I think, what are we now, almost 2 months in or a month and a half in since training camp, and not once have you had a full set of complement of forwards to fill out your lineup. 11-7 again here tonight. Has it been difficult to manage the bench from a coaching perspective?
Yeah, it's a bit of a chore, but it's given guys opportunity to I mean, playing some roles, maybe they wouldn't early on in the seasons. Hopefully that works out for us down the road.
Last time you were a player, the Edmonton Oil Kings, were they even in the league when you were here? I know the first year. Okay, so they played at the time it was the Sky Reach or the Rexall place. When you look around this building here tonight, is there a chance you think for some of these young guys to get a little starstruck looking around?
Yeah, it's an impressive rink. You see all the banners out there, and just walking in right now, we're by the Oilers' door. And, once the puck drops, though, it should be business as usual for them.
16-year-old goaltender Carson Bjarnason, he's made 3 straight victories. He's faced north of 35 shots in his last 3. Is that a point of concern, is the amount of shots given up for your hockey club?
Yeah, we want to give up less shots. We want to give up less goals every game. I mean, he's played great for us. As a 16-year-old goalie, he's got the confidence of the team, and that's huge for us.
That's Mark Derlego on the pregame show for Drummond's Farm Services as we get you set for puck drop here in Edmonton. Your officials for this hockey game here tonight are Fraser Lawrence and Brian McDonald. Christian Brown and Scott Fulmer are the linesmen here tonight. So here's a look at your scratches and starting lineups. Not dressed tonight for the Edmonton Oil Kings, who come into play tonight. They're 4-2-0-1. Carter Kowalik will not play tonight. Carson Golder, Dawson Seats, of course, Jake Neighbors is still with the St. Louis Blues. Played on a line with Ryan O'Reilly the other night. Brandon Cooney will not play tonight as well. It'll be Sebastian Cossa in goal. He's a draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings. On the back end, Simon Kubicek and Logan Dowhaniak. On the back end, it'll be Jacob Boucher, Jalen Lipin, and Jackson Weeb, the starting trio for the Edmonton Oil Kings tonight. As for the Brandon Wheat Kings, you can scratch Marcus Kelly. He's on the trip, and he's getting closer, but he's still not ready to go. Edmonton Oilers draft pick Jake Chason will not dress tonight, and Zakhar Polshikov, who landed in Calgary today, will be in Edmonton shortly, but will not play tonight as a result of his travel. Ethan Kruger also scratched here tonight for Brandon. Carson Bjarnason starts between the pipes. He's 3-0. He's got a 3.84 goals against average and an 8.95 save percentage. Chad Nychuk, he's got the hottest stick in the Western Hockey League amongst defensemen. 5 goals, leads the league. And Mason Ward will be his D partner tonight, wearing number 24. He is making his Brandon debut tonight. Up front, Ryland Roarsman moves to the top line. He'll play with Ridley Gregg and Tyson Zimmer with a little room on the top line as well. Brett Hyland moves to the wing. He'll play with Nolan Ritchie and Nate Danielson. Trey Johnson on the left, Eric Pierce in the middle, and Ben Thornton on the right side. Jackson Dubé and Josiah Bennett make up that two-man fourth line. Zach Turner is the 7th defenseman tonight. Quinn Manti plays with Vinny Iorio, and the Hammett-Hofragi connection stays together on the back end for Brandon. So that's a look at your scratches and your starting lineups and your officials for this one here tonight as the Brandon Wheat Kings and Edmonton Oil Kings get set to do battle for the first time here in Edmonton since the Wheat Kings suffered a 6-2 loss back in January of 2020. Ben McCartney and Braden Schneider scoring goals that night for the Wheat Kings, but lots has changed since then as we get set for a big one here tonight. Your pregame show was proudly presented by the folks at Drummond's Farm Services in Holland. Long live the family farm. We'll take a break. When we come back, the tail end of the anthem and first period puck drop here at Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton. It's the Wheat Kings and the Oil Kings next on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. Brandon wearing black tonight with gold trim. They'll skate from right to left on your radio dial. The Edmonton Oil Kings in white. They've got blue, yellow, and red trim, and they'll skate from left to right here in this first period. Once again, your starting goaltender tonight, Sebastian Kozak. He's a draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings, and he's wearing number 33 down to my broadcast left. At the other end, it's 16-year-old Carson Bjarnason making his fourth consecutive start. He's been excellent in relief of young goaltender Ethan Kruger, who has certainly had some bad luck when it comes to injuries. He's got a bit of an infection in his eye right now, unable to play. You kind of need your eyeball in order to play goal in the Western Hockey League. As the Brandon Wheat Kings get set for the Edmonton Oil Kings. At center, it's Ridley Gregg, and he's standing there with Jalen Lupin, and away we go as the Oil Kings grab possession off the opening faceoff. Tyson Zimmer gets double-teamed there in front of the Brandon bench as the Oil Kings grab the loose puck and fire it off the boards out to center. Picked up just inside the Brandon line. Back to help out here. It's played ahead out to center ice. Picked up here now by the Oil Kings. They'll carry this one back in. Jackson Weeb with it. Former Nipawin Hawk, played last year with the Red Deer Rebels. Back into the corner. Weeb going after, trying to keep to the outside is Mason Ward. He'll push into the ice, and then a hard cross-check into the inboards there. The Oil Kings thought there should have been a penalty. There's a shot that goes wide to the Brandon goal. Back around to the near sideboards. It's dumped back in behind the Brandon net. After it on the forecheck there is Weeb. Pushed off the puck by 𝗦icic. Now Mason Ward, far side, trying to keep the puck to the outside. And he does, and he'll flip this one up the wall. That allows Zimmer a chance to clear, but he can't do it. Zimmer on the second attempt. Can't get the puck out. Ward will knock it down. Brandon's in the midst of a line change here, so Roersma's going to slap this one down the ice. Icing is waved off. Kozak left it. As the puck comes out to center, here come the Oil Kings. Dumped across the far side. A shot. Nice glove save there by Carson Bjarnason early on. And he snags it, hangs on. That was Dylan Gunther. He's a draft pick of the Arizona Coyotes. He's got just 1 goal in 6 games so far, but a great opportunity there. Carson Bjarnason making the glove save. First shot he's faced all night. Oil Kings, Wheat Kings, here at Rogers Place. Dylan Gunther to take this face-off on the draw with Nate Danielson. Controlled by the Oil Kings. Back to the line for Ethan Peters. He'll slap it into the corner. Quinn Manti after it. Manti will shovel it in behind the net for Vinny Iorio. His outlet pass for Brett Hyland rolls by him. Back to the line, kept in there. That was Luke Prokop, recently acquired from Calgary. Into the corner. Gunther to the front of the net. He almost banked that one in off the skates of Vinny Iorio. Back to the far point it comes. Long shot coming. That's up high, and that one caught an Oil King up in the chest area. That looked like Carson Latimer in front. And it deflected wide of the goal. Now a chance out to center. Brett Hyland, he's got a chance for a partial breakaway. Here's Brett Hyland, left wing side. In shoot, stopped by Kozak. And the rebound's kicked right to the front of the net, but nobody's there. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it. Back to the high slot for Danielson. He can't pull the trigger, and it's poked out to center ice by the Oil Kings. Here's Chad 𝗦icic regrouping for Brandon. 𝗦icic holds, waits, throws it on goal. Kozak the save. And he'll hang on with Nolan Ritchie right there on the doorstep. So a couple of chances after a couple of missed connections in terms of clearing attempts from both sides. I welcome those of you that are watching on the WHL live feed tonight. Happy to have you with us here on this Friday night in Edmonton. Oilers, of course, they're on the road tonight. They're in Vegas. And so the building is all Oil Kings tonight as Trey Johnson's in on the forecheck here for Brandon. Oil Kings will grab this loose puck and start out to center ice. Speaking of Vegas, here's Jakub Demek. He's one of their draft picks, pushing it into the Brandon zone. Turned it over, back out to center for Trey Johnson. Far cross ice pass for Brett Hyland. He'll race in. Hyland, a shot. He put it up and over the net. Boy, Hyland's excited to play at home. He bought a brand new suit. Came down off the elevator wearing a 3-piece suit. Absolute beauty. Big heavy hit there right in front of the Edmonton bench. And that was Trey Johnson that got the worst of that. He was run over. That was Tyler Horseman on the back check, ran over Rylan Roersma. So a fresh 3-piece suit for Brett Hyland, excited to play here in front of family and friends in Edmonton. Puck rolls into the corner, of course, Hyland right here from long pass to center. Off the tape there of Zimmer. He'll chase after it into the corner. Here's Tyson Zimmer. Looks for a little bit of help. He's hooked up there defensively and hauled down. Penalty coming. And it's going to be Ethan Peters going to the box. That is a hooking call coming. And a good shift there by Tyson Zimmer as he draws the penalty. And we'll send the Wheat Kings to an early power play here. off to the blocker side of Sebastian Cossa. Boy, he's a big, tall goaltender, standing in there at 6'6", 215 pounds. Brandon on the power play. First power play of the night. They come into this hockey game 7 for 30 on the man advantage. Ridley Gregg wins the draw. Here's Nolan Ritchie back to the middle. Vinny Iorio swings it back for Ritchie into the front of the net. It's knocked down. Far corner for Ridley Gregg, trying to keep it alive. The Oil Kings will clear, and that'll go the length of the ice. In behind the net, Carson Bjarnason. He'll set up shop. Brandon's power play, 23.3% as they shuffle it ahead to center ice. Here's Nate Danielson. He got stripped of the puck in front of the Oil Kings bench. Brandon brings it in. That looked offside, and the linesman agreed, and he'll blow this one down. Once again, your officials tonight, Fraser Lawrence and Brian McDonald. Christian Brown and Scott Fulmer are the linesmen here tonight. Boy, what a beautiful facility this Rogers Place is. Just walking around. The visitors' locker room where the Wheat Kings get changed and ready for the game would be one of the nicest home locker rooms in the Western Hockey League. It's unbelievable. And that's just the Western Hockey League visiting room. The NHL visitors' room is even nicer, and it's just down the hall. Here come the Oil Kings shorthanded, trying to drag it in. Off the goalpost, they score. A shorthanded marker for Jalen Lepin. As he puts that into the heart of the net on a nice little dipsy doodle. Boy, that was nice. And the Oil Kings open the scoring on a shorthanded marker. Just 3 minutes and change into this first period. So a tough break there for Brandon, giving up the shorthanded marker early on. And it's Lupin with it on a little dipsy doodle inside the Brandon zone. So the Wheat Kings have got their work cut out for them now on this power play as Vinny Iorio wants to start out. He'll shovel it ahead for Ridley Gregg. Kicks it to himself, far right wing side. Here's Gregg's shot. Cossa the save, and he'll hang on for no rebound with Ridley Gregg screaming past the net, looking for a loose puck. Brandon's going to get a line change here. 1:02 to go on this power play. So not the start the Wheat Kings wanted. Nothing you can do there if you're Carson Bjarnason. He was left alone and undressed as the Oil Kings open the scoring. A shorthanded marker. As Brandon remains on the power play, though, Tyson Zimmer can't control the faceoff. Clear down the ice. Mason Ward pushes it to center. In behind the net, near side. Brandon's got 30 seconds left on this power play. Carter Such will pick up one of the assists. Now Haniak will pick up the other as Brandon sets up on the power play. Tail end of it here. Far side they go. Mason Ward calling for it up top. There's a shot that doesn't get through from Hyland. Hyland again, far side. He'll walk down the wing. In for Zimmer. Tried to leave it. Mason Ward can't catch up to it. Puck will roll down into the corner. After it, here's Trey Johnson. Off the wall for Mason Ward. Top of the right side. 10 seconds left in this power play. Nychuk for Hyland. Hyland to the side of the goal, and Ben Thornton tried a little redirect there, but it floated just wide and over the glass and out of play. So it's Jalen Lepin. My apologies. I was saying Lupin. It's Lepin. Gets the shorthanded marker. Carter Such and Logan Dalhaniuk gets the assists, and that goal coming at 3:27 of this first period. A shorthanded marker. So not the start the Wheat Kings wanted as their first penalty comes to an end. First power play, rather, comes to an end. For Brandon on the year, that's their second shorthanded goal against. Puck rolls down into the corner. Centering pass. Bjarnason's down. He's looking around for it. Puck is somewhere in the pile, and they score. A mad scramble in the crease. Bjarnason looked behind him, and everybody piled on. It looked like Lepin's got another one. I'll have to get a look at the replay here, but not a good start for Brandon. The shot came from the point. Lepin threw it in front. Bjarnason didn't know where it was. And everybody tried jamming away, and finally it went through the legs of Eric Pierce. And I'm not sure if it's 𝗦𝗠 that's going to get credit or not, but either way, the Oil Kings have got themselves a 2-0 lead here early on in this first period. So not a good start for Brandon here in Game 1 of this 3-in-3 weekend. As the Oil Kings carry this puck ahead, Jackson Weeb with it. He'll carry this one down the right wing side. His shot doesn't go. Stopped up near sideboards. Pierce trying to ride him into the end boards. Pierce, one of the 20-year-olds acquired on Thursday. Back to the line it comes. Long shot through a screen. Nice save. Bjarnason kicked out the left pad. Into the corner. Here's Jacob 𝗏𝗏. He'll start back out. 𝗏𝗏 ahead. Left wing side. Trey Johnson. Johnson chips this one back out to center ice. Logan Hammett jumping up. He can't get it to go. And he'll just push it in deep and head to the bench on a line change. Jackson Weeb will pick up one of the assists as 𝗦𝗠 gets credit for his second of the hockey game, second of the period. And 𝗦𝗏 picks up the secondary assist. So a good start to the hockey game here for Jalen 𝗦𝗠. He's got his second of the night, third of the season. Oil Kings over on the far side trying to push it back in. Josh Williams' shot stopped by Bjarnason. And the rebound will be kicked to the boards. Back to the point. Long shot coming. And Bjarnason makes the save there. And another good save. This time, no rebound as we get to our media timeout. So a tough start here for Brandon. They're going to have to shake it off. We'll be back in a minute's time here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is CKX-FM Brandon. Bounce 96.1, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, my name is... I live at... Street. I am... years old. I work at... And my social insurance number is...
When you have TELUS Online Security powered by Norton LifeLock, it's like having a shield for your personal info.
The opening 5:18 for the Edmonton Oil Kings, both off the stick of Jalen 𝗦𝗠. And they've got a 2-0 lead here early on at Rogers Place. Welcoming you back inside Fowler Automotive, Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey. Here's Rylan Roersma out to center ice. Brandon has got to hit the reset button here as Vinny Iorio plays his puck in behind the net. Here's Quinn Manti with it. And there's an injured Oil King in behind the net. Demick is holding his face. Might have got a stick up high, but there's no penalty on the play. Here's Nolan Ritchie in beside the Edmonton goal. Ritchie looks for an outlet, gets it across. Here's Ridley Gregg looking for an opening. In for Iorio. His shot doesn't go. Kept it at the line for a moment. Now pushing it past him is Josh Williams. Back out to center. Here come the Oil Kings. Demick's going to go straight to the Edmonton locker room as he ran into Vinny Iorio in below the goal line. Certainly wasn't an intentional collision. The two of them kind of just collided, and down went Demick. And he was holding onto his face. And he's standing there in the tunnel looking to get some help from the trainers. Back down into Edmonton territory. Sebastian Cossa will leave it there. Nolan Ritchie in on the forecheck. Ethan Peters starts out. Here comes Peters, right wing side. Stepping up, 𝗦𝗠 already. He's got a lot of hockey left to try and get himself that hat trick. In behind the net, 𝗦𝗠, far side, in front, one-time chance, and Boucher had it roll off his stick, kept in near side by Wynn. Back behind the net, Mason Ward throws his weight around, that jars the puck free, and out to center, here comes Brandon, there's a turnover right in the slot, here's a chance for Weeb, and Ward knocked him down as he tried to get the shot away on a bit of a quick break on a turnover. Back to the line. Prokop, a shot that doesn't get through. Far side for Weeb again. Back to the line they go. Ethan Peters couldn't hold it in as the puck comes out to center ice. The Oil Kings regroup. Here's Prokop again, one-on-one into the Brandon zone. Curls back, drops it off. Dylan Gunther, top of the circles. He ran out of room. In behind the net there, that's Carson Latimer. He opened the scoring in the last game for the Edmonton Oil Kings against Red Deer. He's down in on the forecheck with Nate Danielson. Here's Mason Ward in behind the Brandon net. Far side he goes. Brett Hyland can't clear. Good possession here by the Oil Kings in the offensive zone. Carter Such in below the goal line. Turns it over right to the front of the net, and all sorts of white bodies skate right by it. Back to the far corner they go. Logan Hammett dealing with a lost stick and a loose glove down in the corner along with Nate Danielson. 2-2, jamming away along the far boards. Edmonton plays it to the line. Kept in. Near side they go. Logan Dalhaniuk back to the high slot, knocked down, and Danielson comes to center. Brett Hyland breaking away, but everyone's tired, and they want to get to the bench for a line change. So Brandon gets 4 sets, or 5 sets now of fresh legs up over the boards. Puck's in front of the penalty timekeeper's box. It's a 2-0 Edmonton lead here, early stages of the first period. Here's Quinn Manti out to center ice. Kicked ahead, knocked down now by Dalhaniuk. Back the other way for Edmonton. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Oil Kings on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock tonight. Here's Vinny Iorio. He'll pedal back in behind his own net. Oil Kings have had more jump than Brandon here in this first period. As Brandon has this bucket center, Iorio dumps it in. After it goes Ben Thornton, former first-round pick, 15th overall by the Spokane Chiefs. In on the forecheck, 2 Oil Kings jamming away. Puck's in that trapezoid behind the net. Played out to the far side, and Braden Wynn with it. He'll fire it off the glass and down the ice. This should be an icing. As Iorio goes back and touches up, we get to the midway point here of this first period. 10:24 to go. 2-0 Oil Kings lead. Goals coming quickly in a matter of just 2 minutes and change. Jalen Leipman with his second and third of the season. First one, an absolute beauty on a shorthanded rush. Face off to the blocker side of Sebastian Cossa, as mentioned, 6'6". That's kind of the way that goaltenders are going these days. They're all big, and I don't know where you find a room to score a goal on a guy like that. Of course, he's a draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings, who last night fell to the Calgary Flames. Ridley Gregg on the face-off here for Brandon. Nolan Ritchie on his left, Rylan Roersma on his right. Face-off controlled here by Edmonton. They push it forward, get to the line, but not out. Second attempt, they will, as Logan Hammett knocks it down, plays it quickly ahead for Roersma once again. He'll dump it in, Cossa out to play it. Here's Cossa, quickly swings it out the far side, knocked down in the high slot, but the Oil Kings will carry it ahead to center ice. That's Jackson Weeb with it. Ahead now, near side, calling for it back in front, but the pass was out of his reach. Jacob Hoffrogge, he'll try and pin him along the end boards. Weeb fell down, and the Wheat Kings grab possession. Back ahead to center ice. Nobody can seem to grab the biscuit as Ridley Gregg collides there with Weeb in front of the Brandon bench. Comes away with the puck. Ridley Gregg, far side, weaves his way in, runs out of room, backdoor. Ritchie is shot, and he put it wide on the short side, and it goes up over the glass and out of play on a nice little how-do-you-do from Ridley Gregg, but just couldn't get the puck to Ritchie in time, and he ran out of room and shoveled that puck high and wide on the short side. Such a great place to call a game from because you can really see everything from here, but we are a long ways away from the ice. And luckily, Brandon's got very easy to read jerseys with the yellow numbers, or gold numbers on the back of the black jerseys. Here's 𝗦ici's shot, kicked aside by Cossa, but we are a long ways away from the ice surface to the point where the Oilers television crew has actually moved down to the concourse because they don't like being this far away from the ice. And I don't blame them. Here's a chance the other way for the Wheat Kings on a 2-on-1. Danielson with Hyland. Here's Danielson in. He ran out of room, and he was pushed off the puck there by Luke Prokop. Back to the line it comes. Warda's shot doesn't get through, and a 3-on-2 forming the other way. Here come the Oil Kings. Carson Latimer, right side for Gunther. Back for Latimer. In front they go, and a great setup, but unable to convert were the Oil Kings. Back in front of the Brandon bench, the Oil Kings will dump it in. They've got 2 guys in on the forecheck. Hyland's got to get back. Back in behind the net. Ward's going to take a penalty here, and the extra attacker is going to come on for Edmonton. There's a shot from the points here, decided by Bjarnason. 6-on-5, delayed penalty. Oil Kings with possession. Such plays this one ahead. Back to the point. Delayed penalty coming. That one's knocked down in the corner. Back to the point it comes. Oil Kings trying to get advantage here with the extra skater on. At the line, Simon Kubicek sends it down to the far wing, holds on, cross-ice pass. Brandon unable to get possession here to get a whistle. Back to the line it comes. Buzzing around, lots of passes. There's a shot to the front of the net, and finally touching it in front is Mason Ward, and he's the one going to the box. And that's going to send Brandon to their first Joe Beavers penalty kill of the night. So a tough shift there for Brandon. Joe Beavers, home of the late night munchies, after 9 o'clock every night. $5 afternoon lemonade, shark water, sangria, $5 sleeves of draft beer, $4 shooters, and $30 off all appetizers. Late night munchies at Joe Beavers Canadian Pub. That kicks off in about 36 minutes time. So this penalty kill brought to you by Joe Beavers. Brandon already in a hole, 2-0. Needs to kill this one off. 8:24 to go here in this opening period. Here's Rylan Roersma. He'll shovel this one out to center, and it'll roll all the way down into Edmonton territory. Here's Sebastian Cossa, the Edmonton goaltender, out to leave it there for the defender as they start their breakout. Up on the right wing side is Josh Williams. He'll cut over the Oilers logo at center and drag his way in. Williams, the trailer, Dimick, a shot, and a nice save there off the shoulder of Carson Bjarnason. Back to the point, here's Luke Prokop. He'll send it across, open man. There's a shot, stop, rebound, and Rylan Roersma is going to steer this down the ice, and a good kill for Brandon. The opening 40 seconds is gone off this penalty, and the Wheat Kings get a full line change here. 4 sets of fresh legs on the penalty kill for Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub. Here come the Oil Kings. Back out to center ice, weaving their way ahead. Dylan Guenther dishes off. Back for Latimer. Guenther is shot. Nice save, Bjarnason. Back to the far side they go. At the point, here's Carson Latimer. He's an Ottawa Senator draft pick. Trying to drive it down the wall over on the far side. They set up the power play here. First time tonight. Here's Dylan Guenther. Side of the goal they go. Backdoor pass and a good stick by Logan Hammett. Broke that up at the last second. Puck in the corner. Hammett's dealing with a couple of Oil Kings down there. Down to help out is Nate Danielson. Puck's loose. Hammett pushes it, but not out. Back to the line for Guenther. They set up again. They got 30 seconds left in this Joe Beavers penalty kill. Down to the side of the goal. Nice play in front. Oh, baby. Through the legs for Carter Such. His first of the season. It's some trickery with the stick as he goes between the legs to beat Carson Bjarnason. At the tail end of the power play, it's 3-0. So Carter Such on the power play. There wasn't much time left, but he gives the Oil Kings the 3-0 lead as they march back in towards the Brandon goal. And with just 7 to go in this first period, Brandon finds themselves in a deep hole. Now in behind the net, here's Vinny Iorio with it. Iorio, he'll start out. Going to play this one ahead. Knocked down at center ice. Played towards the side of the goal. Here come the Oil Kings back in. Loose in front, and Manti knocks this one away. Back in below the goal line. That's Shea Van Ohm with it. Battling there with Iorio. Puck at the side of the goal. In front, loose underneath Bjarnason. He covers up. And we'll hang on for the faceoff here with 6:31 to go. And we will get to our immediate timeout. And it couldn't come fast enough for the Brandon Wheat Kings, who find themselves down 3-0 at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more in a moment on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
For the ultimate in luxury, convenience, and innovations, you must check out the all-new Hyundai Palisade. Available in 7 and 8 passenger seating, the Palisade offers an elegantly modern interior, the latest in technology and safety features you have to see to
as they're down 3-0, and we're not even at the 5-minute mark here of this opening period. 6:31 to go. Shots are 9-4 in favor of Edmonton. They've got a goal on the power play, a shorthanded goal, and an even strength marker. As they've had a little bit of everything here tonight, and they score again. And this time it's Jakub Dimick, who's got his second of the season. Right off the face-off. He was wide open in front, and he taps home a loose puck. It's 4-0 for Edmonton with 6:24 to go in the first period. So Brandon's got themselves some work to do, and there's a penalty coming up here And it's going to go against the Oil Kings, I think, as we get ourselves a power play here for Brandon. And this could not have come at a better time for the Brandon Wheat Kings. So Demick gets his second of the season. And Hortzman will pick up an assist. 13:06, so there was just 9 seconds between those two goals. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Edmonton Oil Kings. However, they've just taken a penalty, and it's Luke Prokop in the box, so Brandon goes to the power play. Second power play of the night here. They've got just 4 shots on goal and would love to get one here to get themselves back on the right side of momentum. Back on the far side, trying to drive it in. That's Nate Danielson. He'll hit the brakes. Back to the line. Vinny Iorio with it. He'll send it down into the corner. On it here is Rylan Roersma. And Roersma plays it ahead. High slot. Here's Ridley Gregg. Back to the side of the goal for Roersma. Pass got by him into the corner. Dowhaniak tries to play him off the inboards. Back in behind the net. They'll roll it around. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it. Power play here for Brandon. Ritchie back to the point. Here's Iorio, a shot. That goes through a screen and wide of the net. Bouncing off the end boards. Boy, that was a hot bounce there as Ritchie was able to corral it, but he sent it across for Ridley Gregg. Here's Gregg trying to cut to the high slot. Danielson over to help out. Here's Nate Danielson into the corner for Roersma. He'll zip it around for Nolan Ritchie, near side corner. He got plastered along the end boards there. That was a heavy hit from Simon Kubicek. Back to the far side point. Brandon on the power play for another minute. They got to be careful with it here as they turn this puck over. Here comes Gunther, another shorthanded breakaway. Here's Dylan Gunther in, scores! Another shorthanded goal. And Gunther's got his second of the season, and the wheels have fallen right off for the Brandon Wheat Kings here with 5:03 to go in this first period. Another shorthanded goal for Edmonton, and it's Dylan Gunther this time on a breakaway, beating Carson Bjarnason. 5 goals on 12 shots, 3 of them specialty teams, 2 of them shorthanded. This is not the start the Wheat Kings wanted here, and they have got to right the ship here soon, or this could get ugly. Here's Mason Ward. Power play continues for another 30 seconds. No shot, turned over, and back the other way come the Oil Kings again. Jalen Lipin, he's one shy of the hat trick. He's going to cut to the net. Lipin held up there by Logan Hammett. Into the corner. Mason Ward throws his weight into it, trying to knock this puck free over the far wall. Final 10 seconds of the penalty to Prokop. And we got a big dog pile in the corner. 5-0 Edmonton leads here. If you're just joining us, this has not been a great start to the hockey game for the Brandon Wheat Kings, to say the least. So a face-off down in Brandon's territory, tail end of the power play. They'll push it ahead to center ice. Remember, the backup goaltender tonight is Nick Jones. He is a Wheat King draft pick. And we got a penalty coming up here against Brandon. It's going to be Tyson Zimmer. So I'm not sure what Don McGilvery is going to do here, because you can't really blame Carson Bjarnason, other than maybe the shot off the face-off. The rest of them have been just Edmonton making nice shots, nice plays. And now Tyson Zimmer is going to go to the box for high sticking. So Edmonton goes back to the power play. This is another Joe Beavers penalty kill. Joe Beavers Canadian Pub, 15 flavors of gourmet poutine. Across the street from the Keystone Center. And of course they've got my favorite, the Bucktooth Blonde, on draft. Late Night Munchies kicks in shortly, and if you're a fan of the Brandon Wheat Kings, you might be looking to get yourself over to Joe Beavers and forget about this one, because we're not even done the first period, and it's a 5-0 Edmonton lead here. Oil Kings are on the power play. Second power play of the night for them. They're 1 for 2, or 1 for 1 so far. At the line over on the far side is Josh Williams. He'll play it down into the corner. Back in behind the net they go. This time it's Dylan Gunther. He's got a goal in this one, his second of the night. Brandon trying to keep them to the outside here as this penalty kill takes shape. Power play sends it to the point. Here's Prokop. He'll drag and shoot. That goes over the Brandon net. Over to the far side they go for 𝗦𝗶𝗶. He's pinching in from the point. Plays it back to the line. 𝗦𝗶𝗶, far right wing side. There's a shot stopped by Bjarnason. Rebound. He kicked out of side too. A good battle there from the young goaltender. Back around to the point it comes for Luke Prokop. He's got 3 goals on the year. Sends it down the wall. Back to the front of the net looking for Demick, and that one hopped by him, but he kept it alive at the top of the circles. There's a chance out to center ice. Ridley Gregg shorthanded. He's got a breakaway from center. Here's Gregg into his backhand. He ran out of room, and Costa's able to poke it away from him. Gregg was exhausted at the end of a long shift there, and the shorthanded breakaway was unable to connect. Back out to center ice. Here come the Oil Kings. Gunther trying to drive it into the corner. He'll play this one up the far wall. Danielson slaps at it, and it goes all the way down the ice. 2:30 to go. 20 seconds left in the penalty to Zimmer. And it's a 5-0 Oil Kings lead. He'll start out to center ice. This time it's Carson Latimer with it. Latimer in. The 18-year-old took a spill there. He was clipped by Hammett as he tried to enter the zone. Puck to the line. That's brought in offside. And Zimmer will have to wait another 3 seconds. So Brandon finds himself in an early hole here. 5-0. 2 shorthanded goals and a power play goal from Edmonton. Mixing a couple of even strength markers, and it has not been a good start here to this Alberta road trip on this Friday night here in Edmonton. Brandon, of course, losing by a couple of big margins on opening weekend, but they've been real good since. They've won 3 in a row. Coming into play here tonight, looking to make it 4 in a row. The Oil Kings are off to a flying start here on home ice tonight. Turned over in behind the goal line. Here's 𝗦𝗏 with it. He'll start out for Tyson Zimmer. He's out of the box now, so the Oil Kings are 1 for 2 on the power play, and they'll start the breakout from their own zone. Ahead on the right wing side, this time Shea Van Olm. He's got a little bit of time, but he got crossed up at the line. It's poked by him by Nolan Ritchie, and down the ice it goes with 90 seconds left here in this first period. Here come the Oil Kings back the other way, trying to carry this one in across the line. That's Jacob Boucher with it. He'll throw a shot towards the goal, wide on the short side. Back around the near side post, it's cleared in behind the net, but no Oil King in sight as the Oil Kings just desperately tried to keep it in. And the Wheat Kings will fight for possession in behind the goal and send it up the wing. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it now. Looks for an opening, gains a red, dumps it in. After it goes Ben Thornton. Thornton tries to push this puck to the front of the net. Got rolled off his stick, back at the line, trying to hold it in. Good play there by 𝗦𝗏, but he turned it over to Jalen Luypen. Luypen's got 2 goals. He scored twice in the opening 5:18 of this hockey game, and he's 1 shy of the hat trick. Puck played over to the far side as the Oil Kings slap this one out to center. Here's a 3-on-2 forming for Edmonton. Over on the far side, it's Boucher across the line, but the linesman says, no, you're offside. And blows this one down as they enter the Brandon zone. .41.5 to go here in this opening period. Shots are 14-6 in favor of Edmonton on our Kyle Ryan Dencher Clinic shot clock. Here at Rogers Place, that puck went up over the glass and out of play. Face off right on the Oiler logo at center, and Brandon has possession. After that puck out of play, they'll dump it in. Sebastian Cossa in behind the Edmonton goal. He'll set it up and send it across for Luke Prokop. Final 30 of the opening period. Oil Kings send it ahead. Here's Dylan Gunther with it. Top of the right side circle. His shot goes well wide of everybody. Carson Latimer, he took a bump there from Logan Hammett. Now Ridley Gregg out to center. If the Wheat Kings hurry, they might have a chance, but they get crossed up at center. Here's a chance for Nate Danielson. In, he put it high over the head of Cossa and wide of the Edmonton goal as the final 10 seconds tick away here. Heavy collision near sideboards again. This time it's Rylan Roersma back in behind the net. Ethan Peters with it, and he'll take a bump there from Ridley Gregg as the buzzer sounds. And that'll draw a bit of a crowd in the corner. And not much to do with that as Ridley Gregg will head to the locker room with his team down 5-0. The hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Not a good first period. Brandon with just 7 shots in that first period. and are on the wrong end of a couple of shorthanded goals. It's a 5-0 Edmonton lead through 20 minutes here in downtown Edmonton. We'll take a break. We'll try and recap it for you. You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. To say that is a period to forget would be a bit of an understatement for the Brandon Wheat Kings. A tough opening period here in Edmonton as we welcome you back inside Rogers Place. Brandon Crow here with you on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. 5-0. The Edmonton Oil Kings with the lead through 20 minutes of play. And here is how we got to this point. The Oil Kings opening the scoring, 3:27 into the first period. Jalen Lipin, his second of the year. Carter 𝗦cie and Logan Dowhaniuk picking up the assist. That's just the second shorthanded goal Brandon's given up this season. They'd make it 2-0 just 2 minutes later. Jalen Lipin, his second of the season, third of the night. Or second of the night, rather, third of the season. Jackson Weeb and Jacob Boucher picking up the assists at 5:18. And then a power play goal for the Oil Kings at 12:57. Carter 𝗦cie, his first from Gunther and Dowhaniuk. Followed up less than a minute later by Jakub Demek, the Vegas Golden Knight prospect, standing alone in front. Puck takes a nice bounce, lands on his stick, and he buries it, his second of the season. Tyler Horseman, the assist at 13:06. And then a minute and 1 second later, it was Dylan Gunther, another shorthanded goal, unassisted marker for the Arizona Coyotes prospect. His second of the season, second point of the night. He's got a goal and an assist already here tonight. Time of that goal, 14:57. So 2 shorthanded goals, a power play goal, and 2 even strength markers for the Oil Kings as they lead 5-0. It is 14-7 on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock after 1 period of play. Both teams have had 2 power plays. Brandon unable to get anything going on either one of theirs, and they've given up a goal on each power play. That is not a good ratio to have. And the Oil Kings, they're 1 for 2 on the man advantage, so they're another 5 for 30 on the season. Brandon, 7 for 32 right now through 20 minutes of play in this one. Faceoffs relatively even in that first period. The Edmonton Oil Kings winning 13 first-period faceoffs. Brandon winning 10 first-period faceoffs. So it's been a period to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings through 20 minutes. The Oil Kings with a 5-0 lead. Jalen Lipin has got a couple of goals. Logan Dowhaniuk, a pair of assists. And Dylan Gunther with a goal and assist here tonight. So multi-point nights being handed all around that Edmonton Oil Kings locker room. As I was saying, in that first period, the backup goaltender tonight is Nick Jones. Of course, he was a draft pick of the Wheat Kings. And of course, playing with the Calgary Buffaloes. So, unlike a couple of games in the past where there's been an emergency backup from either the Westman High School Hockey League or the U18 local Brandon Wheat Kings in Brandon, or in the case of Trey Johnson's younger brother, a junior B goaltender from Martinsville. So, with Nick Jones in the backup spot here tonight, does he get into some action? I mean, you've got to ride Barney here the rest of the weekend. Ethan Kruger didn't make the trip, so. What do you do if you're Don McGilvery? Do you take Carson Bjarnason out of the hockey game here after 20 minutes, let Nick Jones come in for some mop-up duty, or do you wait and see how this plays out? I'm not sure. It's a tough spot to be in for head coach Don McGilvery when it comes to his goaltenders here with 40 minutes left to play in this one. So it's a 5-0 Edmonton lead. And again, Jalen Lipin with a pair of goals. Dylan Gunther, a goal and assist. Logan Dowhaniuk, a pair of assists as well. Shots again, 14-7 on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock. So we'll take a break. We'll when we come back. It is part number 1 of this week's WHL radio show. We'll have both that for you here tonight and tomorrow. Part 3 tonight, first and second intermission. Part 3 of this week's radio show will happen tomorrow in our road game against the Red Deer Rebels. So this is your first intermission report, and it's a 5-0 Edmonton Oil Kings lead. We'll be back in a moment here from downtown Edmonton on Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
When an
Ahead, 45 WHL players have cracked NHL Central Scouting's preliminary players to watch list. Moose Jaw Warriors defenseman Denton Matejchuk, one of the 3 receiving an A rating. He'll join us in moments. The WHL Cup continues in Red Deer. Top 2005 born players across Western Canada just weeks before the WHL Prospects Draft. More on that. Vancouver Giants general manager Barclay Parnetta was able to retool his team in the offseason, bolstered by Boston Bruins first-round pick Fabian Lysell. Parnetta will be our guest. As well, Saskatoon Blades 20-year-old forward Tristan Robbins coming off a good stretch. He's the WHL Player of the Week. He'll wrap up the show. The Western Hockey League is proud to announce 45 WHL players have been named to NHL Central Scouting's preliminary players to watch list ahead of the 2022 NHL Draft. Now, NHL Central Scouting identifies players initially with a letter rating system. The A rating indicates players projected to be first-round candidates. The B rating indicates players projected to be second- or third-round selections. And the C rating indicates a player projected to be a later-round pick. 3 WHL players earning A ratings: Winnipeg Ice forwards Connor Geekie and Matt Savoy, and Moose Jaw Warriors defenseman Denton Matejchuk. 5 players given B ratings, including Swift Current Bronco D-man Josh Davies and Kamloops Blazer teammates Mats Lindgren and Fraser Minton, while 37 players receiving C ratings. Winnipeg Ice head coach James Patrick is getting a first-hand look at 2 A-rated skaters on his roster in centerman Connor Geekie and Matt Savoy.
For me, coming into the season, I was curious to see how they were going to be able to play against 19 to 20-year-olds. Matt had a bit of a taste of our league as a 15-year-old. Connor played games as a 15-year-old and then played in the bubble. But certainly in different roles, more of a third-line type of situation. And we knew coming into this year there was a good chance they were going to be our top 2 centers. And then you're facing off against guys who are more mature, guys who've been in the league for 4 years. And so far they've handled it real well. They're both explosive, high-end offensive players, but I've been real happy with how they've played the game both ways.
And in Moose Jaw, voice of the Warriors James Gallo caught up with A-rated defenseman prospect Denton Matejchuk.
45 Western Hockey League players landed on the NHL Central Scouting preliminary players to watch list. Among them is Denton Matejchuk, who's one of 3 A-rated players. He's also one of 3 Moose Jaw Warriors that made the list, and we're joined by Denton. Denton, I guess let's get your reaction. A pretty impressive thing to be named one of 3 Western Hockey League players as an A-rated skater on the NHL Central Scouting list.
Yeah, it was definitely an honor to see my name up there when I got
went on my phone after I was at the rink, and I had a couple texts saying congratulations, and when I looked, and yeah, it's definitely a cool thing to see.
Denton, this is just the start of a long year of seeing these lists and these rankings. Do you challenge yourself to not get too wrapped up in what you see?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's just that's something you can look at, but it's really kind of irrelevant when you actually think about it, because it really have a whole season of hockey left before that actually starts to mean something.
They're great to see, but you want to be modest, but it is pretty cool to see, right?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Talking with Denton Mateychuk again, one of 3 Moose Jaw Warriors on the players to watch list for Central Scouting, along with Jagger Ferguson, Eric Ulrey, one of 3 WHL players listed as A skaters, along with Matthew Savoy and Connor Geekie of the Winnipeg Ice. Denton, when you see your name on a list like this, does it make you think that your dream of getting drafted could be coming true come next year?
Yeah, that's definitely a thought in my mind. I try not to think about it too much, but growing up in a small town, as loving hockey, when you think about the NHL draft, that's definitely something that'd be surreal for me, and definitely excited that that's a possibility.
Warrior fans are familiar with you, as are probably fans in the East Division, but for people outside of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, maybe describe what your strengths are and what type of player you are.
I think I'm a two-way defenseman. I can join the rush, lead the rush, but I can also play a shutdown defensive role. I like to model my game after Charlie McAvoy. I think that's probably a good player composition for me. He can create offense for his teammates, but he can also play that shutdown role that I think I'm pretty good at.
You talk about your strengths and what NHL teams may like when they watch you, but what are some areas that you still want to improve on?
I think my defensive positioning is one of the biggest things I've tried to work on throughout the summer. I'd watch game film on that, and also try and practice on the ice. I think there's always room for improvement there, to be in the right spot, and then also being in the spot to defend and then jump into the rush. I think that can be something that can really elevate my game.
It's exciting for you personally to go through something like this. Is it exciting to go through it with teammates Eric Ulrey and Jagger Ferguson?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see their names on there, and it's definitely good for our team, and I think that'll just help us for sure.
How can the 3 of you push each other to be better?
Well, I think we're pretty close. Me and Jagger and Eric are all good buddies, so I think seeing our names up there it gives us a little internal competition with each other, but also we're proud of each other. I think that'll help us push each other.
Congratulations, Denton. Good luck as the season continues.
Yeah, thank you.
That's James Gallo, the voice of the Moose Jaw Warriors, chatting with Denton Mateychuk, who was ranked by NHL Central Scouting. That is part 1 of our 3-part this week's WHL radio show. Part 2 at our second intermission tonight. Part 3 during the first intermission of tomorrow night's game in Red Deer. If you're just joining us here on Brandon's Bounce, it's a 5-0 Edmonton Oil Kings lead after 20 minutes here in Edmonton. It has not been a great start for the Brandon Wheat Kings here on this Friday night, but there's still lots of hockey left to be played here, so we'll see what Don McGovery does with regards to the goaltenders. As mentioned, Ethan Kruger not on this trip. Carson Bjarnason's won 3 in a row, and you can't really blame him necessarily for the goals against in that first period. Maybe 1 or 2 he'd like to have back, but a couple of real nice goals. So that second goal, Jalen Lipin's going to be on the highlight reels for sure this week. So we'll take a break. We'll recap what's going on. It's a busy day in sports. We'll start in the Western Hockey League and work our way up and down the ranks and stop with the CFL Major League Baseball update as well. You're listening to Fowler Automotive Group, Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey, here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. world of sports. Couple of games in the WHL Cup today. Manitoba with a 3-2 win over Saskatchewan. The Caswell, Carson Caswell, I think that's... Sorry, I didn't catch... Clark Caswell, not Carson Caswell. Clark Caswell scoring tonight for Team Manitoba in their win over Saskatchewan. BC, 5-4 win over Alberta. That was an overtime win today. That tournament will continue tomorrow in Red Deer. Elsewhere around the Western Hockey League right now, it's a 1-0 Saskatoon lead over Regina, 2-0 Calgary over Swift Current. PA Medicine Hat tied at 1. Red Deer leads Lethbridge 4-1 there, so a high-scoring game in that one as well. There are 4 games on the Western Conference tonight. Everett's in Portland, PG's in Victoria. Vancouver visits Kamloops, and Seattle is in Tri-City. U18 action, it's the Wild 3, Pembina Valley 2. Norman and the Thrashers tied at 2. MJHL scores tonight. Selkirk over the Blues 1-0. Steinbach over Portage 1-0. Neepawa leads Swan 4-3. Way over OCN 2-1. And Verdun leads Dauphin 4-3 through 40. The Freeze and the Flyers are tied at 1. NHL scores Kings and Stars tied at 1. Sharks 5. Maple Leafs 3. That's a final. Vegas and Edmonton later tonight. And the Bruins finally handing the Sabres their first loss of the season. 4-1 is your final score there. Major League Baseball, it's a 1-0 Houston lead right now over the Boston Red Sox, top of the 6th. Houston leads that series 3-2, so closing in on the end of that one here in game number 6. Houston leading Boston 1-0. Canadian Football League action. It's the Alouettes 27, the Argos 10. It's the Bombers. They're in action tomorrow at home against the Lions. Riders are in Calgary to take on the Stamps tomorrow. It's a triple header tomorrow. Ottawa's in Hamilton to kick things off in that one. So that is a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here tonight, and there isn't a scoreboard here that doesn't say 5-0 Edmonton, and it's certainly been a long intermission here, so we'll see what happens. Does Don McGilvery elect to stay with Carson Bjarnason? Does he try to shake things up and throw Nick Jones in between the pipes here tonight in a bit of a mop-up duty for the Brandon Weekends? Of course, Jones coming from Calgary, where he's playing U18 action. He's had a great camp in Brandon, but Carson Bjarnason earned the spot over him to be the backup to Ethan Kruger. But now with Kruger hurt, Doug Gasper's had to do a marvelous job of trying to find, and a difficult job trying to find backup goaltenders night in and night out. And so Nick Jones, 17-year-old, who's played 6 games so far with the Calgary Buffaloes. He's got a 1.80 goals against average. So we'll see what happens here for the Brandon Wheat Kings. And it looks like Bjarnason's going to make his way out. So we'll take a quick break. Second period action. When we return, this is Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
Hi, my name is... I live at... Street.
Second period action. Brandon from left to right. The Oil Kings from right to left. As the second period is underway, it's a 5-0 Oil Kings lead. As the puck is played down into Brandon territory, Bjarnason watches this one go just wide of the Brandon goal, and it'll be an icing call against the Edmonton Oil Kings. Couple of goals from Jalen Leipin, 5:18 into the period. He scored twice. Sebastian Costa will take a look at this face-off to his right. Puck picked up here by the Oil Kings, and they'll steer it out to center ice. Jam it down into Brandon territory, and on the forecheck there for the Oil Kings is Jackson Weeb. Weeb picked up an assist. In behind the net. Now Rylan Roersma tries to steer it out. Second attempt. This is Chad 𝗦icic up the wall right in front of the Edmonton bench. Ridley Gregg got spilled there. And the Oil Kings will fire it right back in on goal. Bjarnason gloves it down. He's going to set it up for Vinny Iorio. Don McGilvery likely going to roll the dice with his line combinations here, trying to get something going. Roersma goes off the wall, looking for Ridley Gregg. He can't find it, as Danielson's back on the top line here instead of Zimmer. There's a shot, blockered away by Bjarnason, near side corner. Tyler Hortzman in on the forecheck. Vinny Iorio and Demick battle for the puck. That's a capital pick and a Vegas pick in below the goal line. Back to the line. Good stick there. Knocked out to center ice by Danielson. Ridley Gregg wants to get off on a change, but he's on the wrong side of the ice. Now he's going to peel to the bench and relieve this line that's been out there for the opening minute 15 seconds of this second period. Brett Hyland over the boards. He's playing with Josiah Bennett and Nolan Ritchie here now. Can't get the puck out. Oil Kings keep it in. There's a shot into the glove of Bjarnason. He'll hang on. And we'll get a face-off down inside the Brandon end. Tonight's hockey game brought to you by the Fowler Automotive Group. All season long, a proud sponsor of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Face-off down to the Brandon end. As mentioned, a high-scoring game between Lethbridge and Red Deer tonight. It's now 3-0 between Swift Current and Medicine Hat, or Swift Current Calgary, rather. So goals aplenty in the Western Hockey League here tonight as the Oil Kings push back to the front of the net, loose at the side of the goal. Bjarnason is saved. Rebound. He'll put it underneath him, and he'll hang on. Mason Ward had to deflect that one into the pads of his goaltender, and he'll hang on for the face-off. Of course, Mason Ward is the son of former NHLer Lance Ward, and he played parts of 5 seasons with the Florida Panthers and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. In total, played 209 NHL games, 4 goals, 12 assists. But how about this? 391 penalty minutes in 209 games. His dad was a tough fella back in the heyday of the National Hockey League. Began his career after graduating from the Red Deer Rebels. In his last year of junior, Lance Ward had 249 penalty minutes in 76 games, and then was a first-round pick by the New Jersey Devils in '96, and then re-entered the draft 2 years later and was taken in the 3rd round by the Florida Panthers. So, some NHL pedigree there. Of course, you've seen it before. Ridley Gregg, his dad Mark, played for Philadelphia, Hartford. And, of course, Jake Chason, his uncle Doug, played for the New York Rangers, won a Stanley Cup in '94. So lots of NHL pedigree on the ice here. Here's Mason Ward with it. Speak of the devil, there's a shot. Nice save there. Sebastian Cossa kicks out the right pad on the redirect. Trey Johnson is shot. That one goes wide. Chasing after it far side is Eric Pierce. Johnson, Pierce out there here for Brandon as they try and get a little energy going. This puck will be cleared down the ice towards the Brandon goal. An icing call here against Edmonton. 2 minutes and 13 seconds in to this second period. Rare to have a Friday night during the season without hockey, but that was the case 1 week ago. A rare Friday night off for Brandon before that Saturday overtime affair against the Swift Current Broncos. Chad 𝗦icic, the game winner in that one. He scored 3 straight game-winning goals for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Leads all Western Hockey League defensemen in goals scored. Here come the Oil Kings back down into Brandon territory. Hofragi, good heavy hit there on Braden Wynn. Rimmed around to the far side for Jackson Dubé. Dubé shovels it off the wall, but he can't get it out. Kept in over on the far side. There's another collision. This time was Tyler Hortzman, and him and Dubé are going to whack away at each other in front of the Edmonton bench. Ahead now for Nate Danielson. Danielson and Dubé down into the Edmonton zone. Dubé pokes it into the corner. Danielson took a bump. Puck rolls over to the far side wing, and the Oil Kings will start out. Quick transition off the boards. This will be an icing, though, as that pass missed the target. No, they wave it off. Logan Hammett chasing after it there with John Sabo. In front, Bjarnason's down, and they cover it up. And they'll hang on there as a close call. Bjarnason was stacking the pads a la Dominic Hasek, but he kept it out. So you get a look at it here on the replay. That puck just kind of rolled right to the front of the net. And then crashing into the goal there was Shea Van Olm, but Bjarnason did a good job to hold his ground and keep that puck out. Vinny Iorio can't get it out over on the far side. Hyland's going to come over and try and help out, and he does. Hyland, little outlet pass, ahead to center ice. Here comes Chad 𝗦icic. 𝗦icic in, top of the circle, dishes off, and unable to get the shot away there was Nolan Ritchie. Back around to the near side corner. That's the thing with Brandon tonight. Their passes have been just off the mark, and there's a shot that's off the mark as well. This time Josiah Bennett puts one up and over the net and out of play. off to the glove side of 𝗏𝗧, as mentioned, 6'6". How's that for size of a goaltender? There's quite a couple in behind the Brandon bench as Mason Ward gets a shot away. I can't tell if you can see them on the WHL Live, but there's two fans sitting right behind Don McGilvery, one wearing an Oil King sweater and one wearing a Wheat King sweater. A couple of rivals sitting next to one another as Nate Danielson plays this one back the line. There's lots of Alberta guys on this Brandon roster who have got tons of family and friends in the crowd. Here's Ridley Gregg. He's one of them. Here's Gregg all the way around. In shoot, stopped by 𝗏𝗧. And actually that got someone up high. Look out. And I think it's Nate Danielson down in front. That puck got him up high. And boy, the Wheat Kings can't afford another injury here as that shot got up high on Danielson. And I think it caught him right in the ear maybe. Doesn't look like he's leaking too bad though, so that's a good sign. As athletic therapist Zach Hartwick comes out to tend to him. The shot came from Ridley Gregg. Danielson was posted up in front. They haven't shown a replay though. I'm not sure where exactly that got him, but he'll be all right as he makes his way to that Brandon bench. I'm not sure where it got him, but I think it got him in the ear hole. He's got the towel on the side of his head here, and he's going to head straight down the tunnel for repairs. So Nate Danielson standing in front trying to provide the screen, wears one off the side of the head. And he is going to head to the locker room and to be tended to by Zach Hartwick, the athletic therapist for the Brandon Wheat Kings. So Brandon now down to 10 forwards and 7 defensemen here tonight. Zach Turner has yet to play a shift in this hockey game here for the Wheat Kings on the back end. Roersma cycles it down low for Brett Hyland. Brandon trying to get anything going here to get some good vibes onto that bench. Here's Iorio, a shot tipped in front. Rebound, they score! And it's Ryland Roersma on the doorstep. Asking you shall receive. Finally something goes the way of the Brandon Wheat Kings. And it's Ryland Roersma, again, his 4th of the season. Grabs the rebound and beats Sebastian 𝗏𝗧 from a bit of a tight angle. And Brandon is on the board. So a big goal there for Brandon on just the 10th shot on goal. They finally get something good happening, and it's Ryland Roersma. Here's a chance the other way for Jakub Dimmick. And now we got a bit of a scrum in front of that Edmonton bench, and another hit coming here. 2 collisions as 2 injured Wheat Kings, as Prokop and Iorio get into it, and now we got scrums all over the ice. Ridley Gregg got clipped with a knee, and then Hyland got clipped back at the other end, and there's crowds gathered all over the ice here. Officials had their arms in the air for the first penalty. And it's going to be Tyler Horseman going to the box for Edmonton. And that's going to send Brandon to a power play here. Good restraint there by Chad 𝗦icic. He followed Horseman up the ice, grabbed him in a headlock, and realized, you know what, we're going to get a power play here. And decided to not give him the business. And instead, Brandon goes to the power play. So another big moment here. Brandon on the board. They've got one, and now they're on the man advantage. Right side, Ridley Gregg, and he hammers one wide. Back to the far side they go. Here's Zimmer with it. Back up top. Gregg wants to reload. He's got the puck, but it rolls away from him. Sets it back up. Here's Zimmer. Dumps it off now, Ridley Gregg. Back for Zimmer. Him and Ridley Gregg play catch near side. Down the wall. Here comes Gregg in. Back door, and it hopped over the stick of Nolan Ritchie. Can he keep it in? And he does. Down into the corner for Ryland Roersma. Bounces the puck up the wall looking for Zimmer. This one's flipped in the air, and that's going to go down the ice with Bjarnason coming out to play it here. So a long stretch pass ahead for Ridley Gregg into the Edmonton zone. Nice pass for Zimmer. Zimmer back door, and off the bench was Thornton. He wasn't ready for it. Here come the Oil Kings the other way. They've got 2 short-handed goals already. Top of the circle's a shot that goes up and over the net. Minute 10 to go here in this power play. Zimmer turns it ahead for Ridley Gregg. Quickly, far side they go. 3 Wheat Kings up across the center ice line. Here's Nolan Ritchie in. Dumps it off for Thornton. He'll play it back behind the net for Ritchie. Rolls away from him. After it is Brett Hyland. In on the forecheck, far side. Hyland comes away with the puck, trying to kick it in front. Thornton pokes at it, and Kosa will jump on it. And he'll hang on for the faceoff. So Rylan Roarsma's fourth of the year. The assist going to Vinny Iorio at 3:59 of this second period. Power play continues here for another 52 seconds. Brandon could get one here. They could really make a game of this. There's lots of hockey left to be played. Off the boards at the line. Here's Vinny Iorio. Much better period for Brandon so far. Here in this middle frame, here's Logan Hammett in. His shot doesn't get through. Second attempt doesn't either. As Delhaniak got down to block that shot, here's Hyland down below the goal line. Trying to send it in front is Zimmer. Back up the wall, it comes for Hammett. It got by him. Look out. Demick chasing after, and a good stick there. Hammett took away a great scoring chance there from Jakub Demick. Back down to the far side. Mason Ward up to the point. Vinny Iorio makes a move off the line. Here's Iorio in. Fans on the shot. Gets his own rebound, though, and plays the puck to the near side wall. Here's Iorio still with it. All the way across the green. Gets it back near side. Iorio holds on. Dishes off. Back to the line. Hammett fakes the shot. Far side. Back to the front of the net for Iorio, and it rolls off his stick. He wasn't ready for it. That shot goes wide. There's three defensemen on the ice here for Brandon. As, of course, we mentioned Nate Danielson has gone to the locker room for repairs. After taking that shot up high, the power play is now over. Here come the Wheat Kings ahead. Up on the right wing side, it's Eric Pierce trying to drive it ahead. He turned it over. Up at center ice, Oil Kings push it back the other way. Top of the circles, blocker save, Bjarnason. Back to the near sideboards, inside Brandon territory, floating back to the high slot. Kept in by the Oil Kings. Far side, Peters a shot that's going to knuckle in on Bjarnason, and he'll cover up and hang on for the faceoff. Brandon now 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Wheat Kings are on the board, and it's a better start here to this second period. It's still a 5-1 lead for Edmonton. Here on Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
Home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is CKX.
Rylan Roarsma again to the front of the net, tried to pull it through, and the goaltender Kosa made the save. Back out to center. Here come the Oil Kings, driving it in. Jackson Weeb, and he scores. (6-1). Jackson Weed's got his first of the season, and an innocent wrister beats Bjarnason to the blocker side, and that is one Bjarnason would like back. All the momentum was on Brandon's side after the goal from Roarsma, but the Oil Kings have responded again, and Weed's got his first of the year. And the home side is back up by 5 once again. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. There's a shot off the goalpost. Back to the line. Another shot saved by Bjarnason. Back in behind the net, here's Ridley Gregg. Trying to push this puck up the near side wall. Here's Jacob Hofrogge with it. He'll flip this one in the air, out to center. Trying to knock it down was Ryland Roersma, and he's unable to do so. Logan Delhaniuk with it. Laid out to center ice, rolling down in below the goal line. Here's Hofrogge. He'll rim it around. Out to center. Bennett can't handle it. Puck just at the Oiler logo right in front of the benches. Slapped down deep into the zone there by Shea Van Olm. In behind the Brandon net. Long pass out to center. Kept in by the Oil Kings. Highland's got to regroup once again. Highland, Bennett, and Ridley Gregg as they carry this puck in. Bennett shovels it down into the corner. Highland goes after it. In below the goal line. Kosa steered it aside. Highland 1-on-3 in below the Edmonton goal line, looking for a little help. Off the bench, near side, Ryland Roersma. Back to the line it comes. Far side, they go towards the goal, and an easy save there from Kosa. And he'll hang on. No rebound as Jalen Lipin picks up an assist on that Weeb goal. That is his third point of the hockey game. That goal coming at 6:58. Weeb is first of the year. And the Oil Kings find themselves in front 6-1. Shots 23-13 on the Kyle Ryan Nutcher Clinic shot clock. Face-off controlled by Brandon. Here's Brett Highland trying to dish off at the point over on the far side. It's poked by him, 2-on-1. Prokop leads the way for Edmonton. Throws it in front. Here's a breakaway chance in and a save by Bjarnason. Great rush there. Tyler Hortzman almost finished it off, and it would have been the touchdown conversion. Brett Highland trying to bust out to center ice. This one, Jackson Dubé's offside, and he's got to regroup. Brandon's in the midst of a line change. Here come the Oil Kings again. Hortzman with it. Tries to shovel it ahead. Picked off by Vinny Iorio. Back the other way. Ridley Gregg tries to play this one ahead. Diving at it there was Ben Thornton, but he fell down. Thornton in on the forecheck. Trying to keep something going here for Brandon. Battling in below the goal line. Jakob Demick will scoop it up for Edmonton, and he'll play this one ahead. Nolan Ritchie trying to knock this one down. Here's Mason Ward at center. Now for Vinny Iorio. Iorio plays this one ahead over on the right wing side. Down into the corner they go. First one on it is Demick. Ritchie trying to knock it away from him. Prokop's got time. He'll start out. Demick lost his glove in the process. Fell down trying to pick it up. The crowd thought that was quite comical as the puck's played in behind the Brandon goal. 6-1 Oil Kings lead as we close it on the midway point here of the second period. This hockey game brought to you by the Fowler Automotive Group. Here's Ben Thornton, long stretch pass ahead. Mason Ward steps up into Edmonton territory. Curls back, the trailers. Thornton can't get the one-timer to go. Pass was in his feet. Back out to center. Here's Zach Turner with it. Turner on his backhand, runs himself into some trouble here. Goes off the boards, out to center ice for Nolan Ritchie. Ritchie slaps it ahead, bouncing on the Oiler logo. Edmonton will carry it back in. 2-on-1 down low. Turner trying to get his stick in there. Knocked down there by Eric Johnson. Back to the line. Tipped on goal up and over the Brandon net. Back around to the near side. Played into the corner. Brandon trying to get this one towards the front of the net. There's a heavy hit. Mason Ward ran over Such in the corner. Such gave Ward a whack. He didn't like it. Puck's played back to the line. Boy, he's been physical here in his debut as a Brandon Wheat King. Ward giving Such a poke as he heads to the Edmonton bench for a line change. Here come the Oil Kings back the other way. Top of the circles. Good poke check there. Out to center. 2-on-1 for Brandon. Trey Johnson and Ryland Roersma. Here's Johnson for Roersma, and the pass was just off of the mark. Back in behind the net. Roersma still with it now. Back to the line. Jacob Hofrogge in. Shoots. Doesn't get through. Johnson looking for the rebound. And it'll be cleared here by the Oil Kings. To the line. For a moment it was kept in, but the linesman right there says, nope, sorry, that's offside. And blows it down as Delhaniuk was putting the pressure on. Logan Hammett unable to keep it in. Jalen Lipin, 2 goals and assists so far already, and there's still 29 minutes and 48 seconds of hockey left to be played. Puck dropped just outside the penalty boxes. Controlled here by the Oil Kings, and they'll start out 6-1. Edmonton leads, as this will be an icing call against the home side. Take a look at what's going on in Major League Baseball action. It's 1-0 Houston. Bottom of the 6th. As the Astros try to book their ticket to the World Series again. As the faceoff's controlled here by Edmonton, off the boards, back out to center. That'll bounce by Hammett, now in a foot race with Jalen Lipin. Lipin, far side, wins the battle. Penalty coming. And I'm not sure where this penalty is going, but it's going to be a slashing call coming, and I think it's going against Edmonton. So Brandon will go to the power play here for the 4th time tonight, and it's Jalen Lipin going to the box for slashing. So another power play here for Brandon, an opportunity to get back into this hockey game here. It's a 6-2, or 6-1 lead rather. Brandon goal would make it a 6-2 hockey game, but the Oil Kings clear. Brandon so far 0 for 3 on the power play. However, the eye-opening number in regards to the specialty teams is the fact Brandon's given up a pair of shorthanded goals here tonight. Here's Nolan Ritchie. Dumps it down and in. After it goes Zimmer. Zimmer for Ridley Gregg. Reversed around the wall. Back to the point for Chad 𝗦cije. 𝗦cije gets it across to the point. Here's Ritchie back across for Gregg. He clanged it off the iron. Great chance there. Great setup. And Gregg just missed off the bar. Here's Gregg again. Far side for Ritchie. Ritchie, Gregg, in, shoots, blocked, back to the point. Chad 𝗦cije dumps it off for Ritchie again. Near side for Gregg. Boy, he's the trigger man on this power play, clearly. As Ritchie winds and fires up high. 𝗦cije the save. And he'll hang on, no rebound. Rylan Roersma right on the doorstep. He's got the only Brandon goal so far. And 𝗦cije is able to swallow that one up. We're at Rogers Place here in downtown Edmonton. Boy, you thought that there was construction in the city of Brandon. Well, don't bother trying to get down to Rogers Place if you're in Edmonton anytime soon. There's about 6 ways to get to Rogers Place, and every single one of them is lined with construction. As Brandon's on the power play here trying to construct themselves a bit of a comeback. It's cleared off the stick there of Josh Szabo and back out to center ice. Now a 2-on-1 forming, shorthanded again. Backhand shot, rebound, a wide open net, and Bjarnason was lucky there that puck rolled by Szabo. Here's Zimmer, 2-on-1 the other way. Zimmer in, shoot, stop, rebound, 𝗦cije the save. And Edmonton will turn it back up the other way. A little wide open track meet hockey here as the puck goes down the ice. 40 seconds to go here in this power play. Lipin's in the box for slashing as Iorio starts out. Still no Nate Danielson on that Brandon pitch. Here comes Brett Hyland, right wing. Into the top of the circles. Hyland trying to fight off a check. Played this puck to the point, and it's going to be cleared by Edmonton with 20 seconds to go here in this power play. 7:50 left, second period. 6-1 Edmonton leads. Mason Ward dumps it off. Here's Vinny Iorio. He'll start the breakout. Chance for one more rush here for Brandon. Right side for Hammett. 3 defensemen on the ice again for Brandon. Not entirely sure what the thought process is there as the puck will be cleared and down the ice. So that'll do it. Brandon now 0 for 4 on the man advantage. And they trail 6-1 here in the second period. Out to center ice. Here's Ben Thornton 1-on-1. Thornton far side trying to drag it in. It's knocked off his stick, and Edmonton will come back the other way. Far side trying to drive it in there. That's Jackson Weeb. He's got a goal and an assist tonight. A shot, they score. .709 to go, and the Oil Kings add another. And I think it's Jacob Boucher going to get credit for this one, as the Oil Kings convert the touchdown and lead 7-1. As the Wheat Kings jam away over on the far sideboards. Trey Johnson and 3 Oil Kings pin the puck along the wall. Less than 7 to go. Second period, 7-1. And we'll get a whistle here. And that brings us to our media timeout. So with that, we'll take a break. We'll collect ourselves and hit the reset button. Edmonton leading 7-1 here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
All around the province, Manitobans are closing the loop by recycling empty beverages.
think Latimer tipped it in. And that'll be his second of the season. With just 4.9 seconds to go here in this second period, that will do it. The buzzer will sound, and these two teams will head to the locker room, and it has been a night to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings through 40 minutes. It's a 9-1 Edmonton lead through 40 minutes. We'll take a break. We'll try and recap it for you. Hopefully you got a lot of ink in your pen, because you're going to need it to fill out your scorecard here through 40 minutes. You're listening to Fowler Automotive Group, Brandon Wheat Kings hockey here on Bounce 96.1.
Home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is CKX-FM Brandon. Bounce 96.1, an iHeart radio station.
All around the province, Manitobans are
A 9-1 Edmonton lead through 40 minutes of play. Happy to have you with us here on this Friday night. For those of you that have stuck around, I imagine there was a few fans that probably killed the old radio switch. But for those of you that have stuck with us, it's a 9-1 Edmonton lead as we get to the second intermission. And it has not been the night for the Brandon Wheat Kings. A real tough one here through 40 minutes as we try and summarize it for you here on this Friday night here in downtown Edmonton. So we're going to get a bit of an update on the scoring in a moment. So they've changed a few things around, but we'll go back to the first period. Boy, that seems like a lifetime ago. Jalen Lipin is second of the season from Carter Such and Logan Dohaniak. That opened the scoring, 3:27 in. It was a shorthanded marker. Lipin would add another one just 2 minutes later from Weeb and Boucher. It was 2-0 Edmonton just 5 minutes and 18 seconds in. They'd had a power play goal at the 12-minute mark. Such is first from Gunther and Dohaniak. And then Demick, the Vegas pick, his second from Hortzman. They'd wrap up the period, making it 5-0. Dylan Gunther, his second on a shorthanded rush. That's two shorthanded goals and a power play goal in the first period for Edmonton. Brandon, a better start to the second period. Rylan Roersma gets his fourth of the year from Vinny Iorio to cut the lead to 4, but then it's 4 unanswered from the Oil Kings. Jackson Weeb from Jalen Lipin. Boucher, his third from Weeb and Lipin, and then Dohaniak from Peters. And then they wrap up with another goal from Dohaniak. According to the online score sheet, Dohaniak's third of the season. Second of the night will be assisted by Latimer and Gunther on the power play. So far tonight, if you're keeping track at home, the Oil Kings are 2 for 3 on the man advantage and have 2 goals shorthanded. Brandon had only given up 1 shorthanded marker coming into play tonight. They've given up 2 here in this one. Brandon's 0 for 4 on the power play through 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal, courtesy of the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic. They have 3 locations to serve you. Call now for a free no-cost consultation. 10 shots for Brandon. That's a 2-period total of 17. 18 second-period shots for Edmonton. That's a 2-period total of 32. Face-offs dead even in that second period. 13 aside. The face-offs are 26-23 in favor of Edmonton. If you're looking for small victories in this one, I don't know if there are too many through 40 minutes here in Edmonton. It's been an ugly one here at Rogers Place, and there's still 20 minutes left in this one. Brandon's going to have to right the ship as we head to the final period, because realistically, you got to hit the reset button, do this all over again tomorrow in Red Deer, and then again on Sunday afternoon in Calgary. So you can't hang your heads here. You got to finish with some some good things. You got to make yourself feel good because you got to do it all over again in less than 24 hours, and you can't just mope around. You got to finish with a little bit of spice here and a little bit of pushback on this Edmonton Oil Kings club. A comeback is very unlikely at this point, but you certainly want to win the period and get yourself set up for tomorrow night in Red Deer. So that is your second period summary. It's a 9-1 Edmonton lead through 40 minutes of play. You're listening to the new home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is Bounce 96.1. Back with the second part of this week's WHL radio show next on 96.1.
Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic is pleased to announce the opening of a third location with their in-house
Wheat Kings hockey on Bounce 96.1.
WHL This Week, Radio Edition. The WHL Cup continues in Red Deer this weekend. The event featuring the top 2005 born players across Western Canada. WHL Senior Manager of Hockey Operations, Greg Thompson, has been coordinating the tournament.
I think, for these players, for their families, for our scouts, really excited to get back in the rink and host an event of this nature and really showcase the across the 4 Western branches, and we're excited to welcome them into Red Deer for this week's tournament.
With the WHL Prospects Draft less than 7 weeks away, it makes this event a can't miss.
And it's really that first step of the high performance program for Hockey Canada, which then leads into the U17s and beyond. And the unique nuance of this year's event is typically these players are already drafted in the WHL Prospects Draft. And given our delayed draft now being held in December, these players are all draft eligible. So it's a real key showcase for our scouts to get eyes on these players for the first time in some cases, and for these players to really understand the WHL player experience. And this event will lead right up into the draft on December 9th, which will be comprised of all the 2006 born players.
The tournament has been hosted by the WHL dating back to 2009. Team Alberta is a 5-time champion. They hoisted the trophy in 2009, 2011, 13, 15, and 16, while Team BC won the event in 2012 and 2017. Coming in, Team Saskatchewan is the defending champion, having won the tournament in 2019, beating Team Manitoba 4-2 in the gold medal game.
This is the WHL This Week, presented by Bauer Hockey.
The Vancouver Giants have built a contending roster this season as general manager Barclay Parnetta retooled after several key losses the past 2 seasons. I caught up with Barclay during an intermission at the Langley Event Center.
You have a dynamic first-round pick for the Boston Bruins, Fabian Lysell, but, whenever a WHL team drafts a really high-end European, everyone sort of scoffs and says, yeah, right, you're not going to get that guy, right? But you had a good lead and a good feel and good communication, and lo and behold, he's reassigned here by the Boston Bruins.
When we picked him, it was a COVID year. He didn't come over. That might have some, was a fortuitous bounce, if you might say. It sort of gave us a chance. He tried pro. It wasn't maybe the right fit for him to develop, and certainly depending on which National Hockey League team drafts the player and what their depth is in their program and what they think he needs to improve on, I think Boston was a team that wanted him to get acclimated to North America. We've got a World Junior coach on our staff with Michael Dick, And I think that we can help Fabian get to that next level and be prepared for Boston.
So what does Boston say? We need him to work on this for the next level.
Absolutely. So we'll talk to Don 𝗦cie, Jamie Langenberner, and we'll sort of keep updates. Obviously, the thing for a player like as dynamic as he is, they want him to be prepared how to play in all three zones, the defensive side, and he is very responsible in that, and just the small details, not necessarily just all the flash of the game. They want to see sort of some responsibility without the puck as well. And I mean, Fabian's an intelligent player. I got to watch him with the U17s and Swift Current Medicine Hat back in the day, and I know he does that. Sweden is a pretty structured program that demands a lot. So so far it's a second game now for us, and he's sort of feeling his way around out there.
There isn't a lot of 19-year-old marquee players this year, it seems like, and I think everybody knew that going in. We just saw one go in a trade to Edmonton in Josh Prokop. I don't know by trade deadline what a player of that ilk will cost, but are those players at a premium this year if you're looking to add this year?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, and the problem is I think it's going to be one of those years where there's 6 or 7 teams who legitimately think that extra piece is going to put them over the top. So it's going to drive the prices up, and we'll see where it goes to. And, everybody's always looking to improve their team, but to get a player of, a world junior stature that can come in and sort of, maybe be a top pairing D-man or a top line guy to help your team, it's going to be expensive.
I think you retooled very quickly. After the graduates of your team last year, I think everyone looked at the Giants and thought they're going to lose a lot. That's a lot to overcome. But then you retooled quickly with a trade with Seattle to get Peyton Mount, and you still want to add Cade McNally to your team here when he comes off suspension. You get Lysell real quick. You get Ty Thorpe. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, we're back in business here. So you got to be commended on that. But obviously, it took some work.
Well, you know what? We're pretty happy with the group we assembled, and I think we purposely did that. And I think we got some good value trades and some good players that are experienced in the league that are going to help us over the course of this season big time.
That's part 2 of this week's WHL radio show. We'll have part 3 during tomorrow's first intermission in Red Deer. It is a 9-1 Edmonton lead. Through 40 minutes here in downtown Edmonton at Rogers Place. We'll take a break. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce 96.1. Your out-of-town scoreboard is next. Western Conference games are finally underway. Kamloops leads Vancouver 3-0. Portland and Everett scoreless after 1. PG Victoria scoreless after 1. Seattle 1-0 on Tri-City with 2 to go in the first period. Red Deer leading Lethbridge 6-2, start of the third. Regina trailing Saskatoon 3-2 in the third. Calgary 5, Swift Current 0. That game just early in the third in Swift Current. And PA trails Medicine Hat 4-2. That game just getting underway in the third period as well. U18 AAA action. It's a 3-2 Wild lead over Pembina Valley. The Thrashers and Norman tied at 2. MJHL action. We'll get a quick refresh on the scoreboard there in the Junior A ranks. Selkirk over the Blues 2-1. Portage, they fell 2-1 to Steinbach. Neepawa beating Swan Valley 7-4 tonight. Wayway over OCN 6-2. Verdon beat Dauphin 6-4. And the Winkler Flyers lead Winnipeg Freeze 3-1 with about 18 to go in that third period. NHL, kind of a light night on the NHL scoreboard tonight. The Sabres fell for the first time tonight, 4-1 to the Boston Bruins. Toronto falling 5-3 to the San Jose Sharks tonight. The Kings and Stars are tied at 2 in the third, and the Oilers and Golden Knights are tied at 1. The Oilers looking to start the season 5-0. Zach Hyman scoring for them, Nick Roy scoring for the Vegas Golden Knights. So Vegas is a bit of a rough start for them. A bit of a rough start as well for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 2-1. Fans throwing jerseys on the ice at Scotiabank Center tonight. Sharks 4-0 on the year, though. They're not certainly a pushover by any means. Major League Baseball, it's a 2-0 Houston lead, bottom of the 7th. The Astros are at the dish, and the Red Sox are looking to come back in this game. They need to tie the series to force a Game 7, but they're running out of time. Bottom of the 7th, Houston 2, Boston nothing. The Astros looking to punch their ticket to the World Series. As for the Canadian Football League today, it was the Montreal Alouettes with a 37-16 victory over the Toronto Argonauts. There are 3 games tomorrow. It's a triple header in the CFL. And it starts with the Ottawa Redblacks in Hamilton to take on the Ticats. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are at home at IG Field. They take on the Lions tomorrow, and the Rough Riders and Stamps are the late game tomorrow in the CFL triple header. So the Bombers are at home tomorrow, IG Field. As for the Brandon Wheat Kings, well, they're back in action tomorrow as well, as they will head to Red Deer. That's another 8 o'clock start Manitoba time. Pregame show at 7:45 from the PV Mart Centrium. Wheat Kings and Red Deer Rebels, as we'll get a chance to see maybe Connor Unger, former Wheat King goaltender, Mason Ward to make his return to Red Deer as well. So that is just game 2. There will be a third game here on this 3-3 Alberta weekend on Sunday in Calgary. That's 5 o'clock Calgary time, 6 o'clock Manitoba time. Pregame show starts at 5:45. So you can catch all 3 games on Brandon's Bounce, Radio 96.1, or you can watch the games on the CHL Live as well. As for the WHL Cup today, we didn't get to that. That continues in Red Deer. Those teams that are currently battling in that WHL Cup, they will be in attendance tomorrow night's game. They're probably in attendance tonight at the game between Lethbridge and Red Deer. Manitoba with a 3-2 win over Saskatchewan today, while BC beat Alberta 5-4 in overtime today. So that is a couple of victories in that WHL Cup, one for Manitoba and one for BC here on this Friday night. So that brings us to the end of our second intermission report. It is an Edmonton Oil Kings 9-1 lead as we head to the third period of play, and I think Nick Jones is going to make his Western Hockey League debut between the pipes here in this third period. It looked like Don McGovern gave him the tap as he headed down the tunnel and said, "Be ready for the third." As he's looking to get himself into his first taste of Western Hockey League action. A little bit of mop-up duty for the young netminder, a former 5th rounder, 93rd overall by the Wheat Kings back in 2019. He was an MVP in Bantam with the CBHA Rangers. And so far this season, he's put up good numbers with the Calgary Buffaloes U18. He's got a 1.80 goals against average and a 9.29 save percentage. He's 3-3 on the year with 1 shutout so far this season. We'll see if he leads the team out of the tunnel.
By recycling empty beverage containers, you're doing it.
Well, Nicholas Jones is going to make his Western Hockey League debut here into the hockey game for Brandon. Of course, he was, as mentioned, a 5th-round pick of the Wheat Kings. Came to camp, actually lost the backup job to Carson Bjarnason, and now comes on in relief of the young 16-year-old Bjarnason here tonight. So Bjarnason leads. He gave up 9 goals on 32 shots tonight as the Oil Kings lead 9-1. Here as we start this third period. Tonight's third period brought to you by the Fowler Automotive Group. They're just now announcing the goal at the end of the period. It was Dowhaniak, his second of the night. It's been a lot of multi-point nights here tonight. Dylan Gunther, he's got a goal and a couple of assists. Dowhaniak, 2 goals and 2 assists tonight. Jalen Lipen, 2 goals and an assist. 2 assists, rather, so 4 points. He handed out tonight for the Edmonton Oil Kings as this third period rolls along. Jones gets introduced here. Family likely in the building. Of course, he hails from Calgary. Played minor hockey in the Bow Valley minor hockey program. Puck will be rimmed around over on the far side. Happy to have you with us here on this Friday night. Brandon Crow here with you, live from downtown Edmonton. And a night to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings as they try and shovel this puck down the wall. It's picked off by Edmonton, and it'll be gloved down on a hand pass, so we'll get a face-off back out at center ice. Rylan Roersma with the only goal so far for Brandon, his 4th goal of the year, and he's out on the ice here now. Out on the ice with a shift with Jackson Dubé. Puck will be played down in the near side corner. It looks like Zach Turner's playing forward on this shift. That shot goes wide. Still no Nate Danielson on that Brandon bench. Of course, he left the game in the second period after taking a shot to the head on a point shot from Ridley Gregg. It looked like it got him right in the ear. And he left with a towel on the ear, and he has not returned to this hockey game yet. And actually looks like he might be out there. That's either Ben Thornton or Nate Danielson. Hard to see. No, that's Ben Thornton over on the far side, out there with Trey Johnson and Eric Pierce. So no Nate Danielson on that Brandon bench. So again, an already shorthanded Brandon Wheat Kings lineup loses another one to the injury here. Luckily, Zakhar Polshikov has arrived here in Edmonton. His flight landed from Amsterdam to Calgary earlier today. Dan Block went and picked him up, drove him all the way here. He's been in the crowd watching this one, and not really one he's going to want to remember. Luckily, he's pretty tired. He might not remember. He might be sleeping here in the press box. He traveled for 20 straight hours. Quite the time change from Belarus, his home country, to here in Western Canada. Eric Pierce couldn't bring the puck across the line on the far side. It was called on an offside, so we're going to face off. Ridley Gregg will take a shift here with Nolan Ritchie and Tyson Zimmer. That's how they appeared a couple of times early on in the season. And icing call coming here against Edmonton. So a slow start here to this third period. It's one of those games that just can't end fast enough if you're Don McGilvery, Mark Derlego, Dan Johnson, and the Brandon Wheat Kings coaching staff. What do you do here? You're down 9-1 on the road, game 1 of 3 straight. Now, when you think back to 2 weekends ago, Brandon had a 3-3, and they opened with a victory and then had an ugly loss at the hands of the Saskatoon Blades and followed it up with a big win over Regina on the Sunday. So certainly you can't set the stage and say, hey, game 1, the rest of the weekend's a write-off. You got to right the ship somewhere along the line. And like I said earlier, you got to win this period. Have a few things that go well, make you feel good, get you back in the right mindset heading into tomorrow in Red Deer. Puck played ahead for Nolan Ritchie. He'll chop this one down in towards the goal. Sebastian Cossa wants to play it. He'll leave it in behind the net. Here's Prokop with it. He's a Nashville Predators draft pick. Preds are in Winnipeg tomorrow night on Hockey Night in Canada. There's a drop pass right to the front of the net. A great chance there. Carson Latimer almost tapped that one home. On a nice little passing play there. Jones makes his first stop of his Western Hockey League career. Puck shoveled up the near side wall. A reminder that Ethan Kruger did not make the trip. There's a tough save there for Jones. He's down near side post. Fighting off a check there as the puck is rolled to the line and out to center ice. Here's Dubé across for Jacob Hoffrog. He'll fire this one in. Out to play it is the goaltender Cossa. Brandon gets a line change. As saying Kruger did not make the trip. as he's got that thing bothering his eye. Nothing serious, just a case of a little bit of an infection of the eye. And when you're a goaltender, it's not, if he's a forward, he could probably play through it. But as a goaltender, you kind of need both eyes, or else the job gets a little bit difficult. Puck down in behind the Edmonton goal. On the forecheck there, that's Josiah Bennett along with Eric Pierce. Pierce plays it to the line. Unable to hold it in there was Mason Ward. And he'll turn it back out to center ice. Brandon's going to touch up on side. Here's Eric Pierce again. Dishes off for Trey Johnson. Was not in a shooting position. Then he gets pushed off the puck near sideboards. Back out to center. Here's Jakub Demek with it. He's got a step on the right side. Demek in. Centering pass. Jones, good save there. Back to the far side point for Eric Pierce. Back down the wall it comes. Here's Mason Ward with it. Ward steps up, trying to go for a skate. He ran himself into trouble, and now he's going to backpedal and dish off for Zach Turner. Here's Turner ahead. He'll kick it out at center for Trey Johnson, but he mustn't have got a piece of it because the linesman's got his arm in the air, and that'll be nice and call against the Brandon Wheat Kings. Face-off back into the Brandon end following the icing. Face-off controlled here by Edmonton. They'll cycle it back down into the corner. Rimmed around, kept in at the line by the Oil Kings. They'll send it down the wall. Trey Johnson trying to knock this puck out, kept in by 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹. Played around to the far side. Oil Kings keep it in there. There's another shot up high. That was Ben Thornton that took one off the jibs there. That defender, Logan Dowhaniuk, got the gloves up high on the former Spokane Chief. And now the puck is played out to center ice. Dowhaniuk's had a big night tonight. 2 goals and 2 assists for him. As the puck gets sent in towards the Brandon, and that'll be an icing against the Edmonton Oil Kings. Bring the faceoff back down to the other end of the ice. Mentioned game 1 of a 3-game weekend set here in Alberta. Brandon trailing 9-1 to Edmonton. If you've stuck it out this long, we're happy you're still with us. Here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1, the new home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Puck carried ahead over on the far side there. That's Shane Van Ohm with it. He'll dump it in. Back in behind the net. It'll be rimmed around. Nolan Ritchie, he wants to come out with it. He'll flip this one in the air to center. And chop this one down is Ben Thornton over on the far side. Now Ridley Gregg stepping up. Thornton ahead for Nolan Ritchie. Ritchie wants to find the trailer, and a nice save there by Kosa. Here's Ritchie again as Hammett hammered one off the pads of the Detroit Red Wing draft pick. Thornton leaves it there. Here's Ridley Gregg back to the front of the net, knocked down. Ritchie trying to dig it free corner side. He'll fire it to the front of the net, and Kosa will deflect it to safety. And the Oil Kings will start out to center ice. Collision there at the Brandon line. Hofragi got tangled up. Sharp angle shot off the so was able to corral it. He'll play it in behind the net. Out to center ice. Here come the Oil Kings. Off the boards. Shoveled back ahead there by Jackson Dubé. He's out on a shift here. Hofragi's going to play a little forward here. Brandon has mentioned they're now down to 10 forwards and 7 defensemen. So some defensemen taking some shifts on forward here as Iorio runs his man off the boards. Far side ahead now for Dubé. Can't catch the pass out at center. Oil Kings fire it back into Brandon territory. Racing after it. Carter Such. Him and Chad 𝗦cie collide along the end boards. In to help out Carson Latimer and Rylan Roersma, jamming the puck along the near side dasher. Roersma's going to flip it ahead for Dubé. Unable to get that one to go. Braden Wynn will steer it back ahead to center ice. Now regrouping is Rylan Roersma. He's got nobody with him. Everybody's going to the bench for a change, so he just shovels it ahead. Here's Trey Johnson, top of the circles. Waits in front for Roersma, unable to get one to go there. Tyson Zimmer near sideboards. Down for Trey Johnson. Back up the wall it comes to center. And Mason Ward will go for a skate. The old defenseman on the back end making his Wheat King debut. Down into the corner he goes. Eric Pierce couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Back out to center. 9-1 Edmonton leads. If you're just joining us, it has been a night to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings as they carry this puck in near side. Trying to shop this one ahead now for Trey Johnson. Johnson can't kick this one free. Collision at the line, but a chance for the Oil Kings to carry this one in. Tyler Hortzman with it. The trailer in, a shot that goes wide. Jones might have got a piece of it as the puck rattles around in the corner. Edmonton stays with possession. In behind the net, here's Josh Williams. He's been with this Oil Kings club a long time. Williams in front for Demick. Couldn't get the shot to go. There's a shot that's blocked. That one off the ankle of Mason Ward. That one stung him as he's bent over in pain. There's another shot stopped by Jones. Good fight through the screen there from Jones to make a blocker save. Awkward collision there. That's going to draw a crowd. Eric Pierce goes right after Demick, and that's going to draw a crowd on the near side, and everybody's going to grab a partner as we get right into the pile. This time Mason Ward is in there, and Highland took the initial bump on the near side, and that drew a crowd, and we'll see what penalties come of this. That brings us to our immediate timeout, though. We'll clean things up, and we'll see who heads to the box. In a moment, you're listening to Fowler Automotive Group, Brandon Wheat King Hockey. Wheaties are down 9-1 here on Bounce 96.1. as he was dead in the water, and the puck sat free in a perfect spot for the Oil Kings, but he reached back and took one away. Haven't seen Danielson yet here in this third period for Brandon. Puck in behind the Edmonton net. They'll start back out to center ice. Here's Wynn with it. Wynn trying to carry this one ahead. Knocked down there on the Oilers logo. Played down into the corner. After it is Danielson. Nolan Ritchie will pick this one up. Dumped ahead now for Josiah Bennett. Bennett, the only weak king in on the forecheck. Everyone else playing a little casual on the backside. Now Jalen Lupin plays this one ahead. Out to center ice. Carrying this one ahead for the Oil Kings is Johnson, but he's offside at the line. And what a save from Nick Jones just moments ago. Even the Edmonton fans gave him a ooh and an ah as we get a look at it here on the replay. Carter Such was left wide open. And if that doesn't get consideration for the plays of the week this week, I'm not sure what will. What a save there by Nick Jones. Desperation at its finest for Nick Jones, who's had to come on in for a little bit of mop-up duty. I don't think Don McGilvery wanted to use Nick Jones at all tonight. You got a goaltender who's coming in to be the emergency backup. Yes, he's got the ability to play in the Western Hockey League, but you don't want to put him in that spot. And he makes another save there, but he's done a good job because you got to use Carson Bjarnason again tomorrow. You got to go with your guy who's gotten you here, and Barney's done a good job to this point. Won 3 in a row at face north of 30 shots for 3 straight games. Give him a bit of rest, a chance to hit the reset button as Hofragi will start ahead to center ice. Here's Jacob Hofragi over on the far side now for Rylan Roersma. He'll push his man off the puck, on the forecheck. Roersma trying to dig it free. Here's Rylan Roersma with it. He's the only goal scorer for Brandon, but he has his pocket picked here, and the puck will come out to center ice. Shoveled to the line. Laid back ahead for Brett Hyland. Hyland on the left wing side. Pulls up, no shot. Dumped off to an open wing, and there's nobody home. And now out to center. Could be a 2-on-1 for Edmonton. Racing over was Vinny Iorio, and he got a stick on it. That broke that up. Back to the high slot. Here's Jakob Demick. He'll send it in. Far side they go. Here's Brett Hyland. Hyland starts out to center ice. He'll try and play this one ahead, but it's a penalty coming up here, and it's going against Edmonton, I think, as we get to our media timeout. We'll catch our breath and hit the reset button. It's a 9-1 Edmonton lead heading to the final few minutes of the third period. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
The factory authorized clearout is in full swing, and we're also having a construction sale during our current renovations at Fowler Hyundai. Stop by to see the changes and get in on clearout deals like a
back inside Rogers Place. Brandon goes to the power play here. In the box, Jakob Demick again, his second minor penalty of the hockey game. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it. Top of the left side circle, a shot that's blocked, doesn't get through. And it'll be cleared down the ice by the Oil Kings. 6th power play of the night here for Brandon. They're 0 for 5 so far as Chad Onychuk winds this back up. Onychuk ahead for Ridley Gregg with speed down into the Edmonton zone. Gregg trying to make his man miss. Dumped it back for Ritchie to the middle of the ice. They'll set up this power play unit. Nate Danielson did not come back for the third period after getting hit with a puck in the second. There's a shot in front. That goes off a skating wide of Kosa. Ritchie rims it around. Ridley Gregg, top of the far side circle. He'll set it up. Carry it down the wing, back in below the goal line. Sharp angle, Roersma jamming away. Kosa's down. Puck's underneath him somewhere. There's a shot that doesn't get through. And it'll be cleared down the ice. Kosa barking at Rylan Roersma. He didn't like that he was pushed into him. But I think the referee's saying, hey, your defenseman did that. And it's not Roersma's fault that your D-man knocked him into you. Puck played ahead for Nolan Ritchie on the left wing side. Here's Ritchie driving it in. Less than a minute to go here in this penalty to Demick. Ritchie's pushed off the puck, and out to center comes Carter Such. The Oil Kings with 2 shorthanded goals already. As Such drives this one in. Turned over at the line. Here come the Wheat Kings. Could be a 2-on-1 rush the other way. Leading it left side is Zimmer. Off the bench comes Hammett. Zimmer a shot, and 𝗏𝗃 makes a nice blocker save there. With less than 5 to go here in the third period. 38 seconds left in the penalty to Jakub Demick. As the Brandon Wheat Kings are looking to get out of this one. 9-1. The Edmonton Oil Kings scored twice in the opening 5:18, and they did not look back. 2 shorthanded, 2 power play. Mason Ward zips this one across. Brandon still on the power play. Here's Vinny Iorio with an airmail shot up and over the Edmonton goal. In behind the net, here's Brett Hyland with it. He'll sneak out of the corner. Hyland, back to the point they go for Vinny Iorio. Played it to the left side. Here's Iorio. Back up top for Hyland in the middle. That shot doesn't get through. Here's Mason Ward now below the goal line. Back in behind the net they go. Here's Eric Pierce with it. Out there with Hyland. 3 defensemen on the power play again here for Brandon. Final 5 seconds of the man advantage. It's stripped, and out to center comes Jacob Boucher. He's had a good night tonight. There's a penalty coming, and that's going to draw a crowd as Mason Ward doesn't like the hit Boucher laid on Vinny Iorio. And again, a collection of bodies in front of the penalty timekeeper's box. And Edmonton's going to get at least 1 here. Iorio's all right. An awkward collision there right in front of the player's bench, or penalty box rather. And so it will be a brief 5-on-3. For all of 2 seconds, and then Brandon will go to another power play. So the first penalty's over. Brandon now 0 for 6 in the man advantage, but they've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left here in this second penalty. Cross-checking penalty to Jacob Boucher. As the puck's dumped into Edmonton territory. Sebastian 𝗏𝗃 came out to play, but he turned it over. Here's Ridley Gregg. Trying to play it to the side of the net, right in front. 𝗏𝗃's down, they jam away. Puck's in the crease. And the Oil Kings again with a chance to clear, and they will. Less than 4 to go here in the third. 90 seconds to go here in this penalty. It's a 9-1 Oil Kings lead. Jakub Demick in on the forecheck, shorthanded for Edmonton. He's had a big night tonight. He's got a goal in this one, and he's had a couple of penalties. He's drawn a couple of penalties. He's been all over the ice here tonight. The Vegas prospect back across the left wing side for Chad 𝗦𝗏. Back to the middle. Here's Nolan Ritchie. Far side they go. In front, a chance. 𝗏𝗃 down. Loose in front. They score. And a nice goal there from Tyson Zimmer. Gets Brandon on the board on the power play. And Tyson Zimmer finally gets something going on the power play. That's his first of the season. And it's going to cut the lead to 7 with 3:28 to go here in this third period. It's the only goal of the third period so far after a plethora of goals in the first 40. And it will be Zimmer's first of the season, a power play marker for Brandon. And that's what I'm talking about. You win the period and do some little things right that set the table for tomorrow in Red Deer. You got to have a quick memory here as you're back at it less than 24 hours. So Tyson Zimmer gets the goal. Rylan Roersma will pick up an assist. And Ridley Gregg will pick up an assist as well. Time of that goal, 16:32. Zimmer from Roersma and Gregg as we get a whistle here. And it's going to be a puck out of play with 3 to go here in the third period. Once again, back at it tomorrow. I mentioned a couple of times in Red Deer tomorrow night. 8 o'clock start here on Bounce. Pre-game show at 7:45 Manitoba time. We hope you have time to join us on your Saturday night. Face-off just outside the Edmonton line, and they win the draw, and they'll control it here. Loose in front, 𝗏𝗃's down, and a close call there is Trey Johnson. Provided a little forecheck. Created some offense there. Jacob Hotfroggy and Logan Hammond have both taken a couple of shifts on forward here As mentioned, Brandon started the game with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. And then lost Nate Danielson at the end of the second, near the end of the second. Took a shot up high, right in the ear of the helmet. And that sent him to the locker room. He has not returned. So Brandon's had to shuffle things around a little bit. We talked about it in the pregame show. Don McGilvery has not had a full lineup yet for practice or a game. And we're now 8 games into the Western Hockey League season. At one point, he's had 9 forwards. He's had 10 forwards. He's had 11 forwards, but he's never had 12. And with Nate Danielson leaving this game tonight, we're not sure what the situation is there. But if Zakhar Polshikov can play tomorrow, then that would be a 12-forward situation. However, if Danielson's hurt, and it's of any substance, and he has to miss tomorrow night, we're right back to square one with 11 forwards once again, even with the addition of Polshikov. Riley Janelle didn't make the trip. Owen Harris didn't make the trip. Marcus Kelly is here, but he's still a couple of days away, if not a week or so away. Here's Jacob Hoffrogge in. Sharp angle. Ran it off the side of the net. Hoffrogge gets it back. Plays it off to the top of the circles. A shot that doesn't get through. Here's Chad Nychuk. Back to the far side. There's a shot tipped in front by Johnson. He's looking for his first. And a little pushing and shoving in front. Trey Johnson doesn't like the extracurriculars with less than 2 to go here in the third period. So 9-2. The loss is looming here for Brandon. Of course, Brandon's been in this boat before when it comes to a blowout. You refer back to opening weekend for the Brandon Wheat Kings. It was very similar feeling in that 10-2 loss and then the 7-1 loss, back-to-back games against Winnipeg. Here's a chance right to the front of the net for Demick, who, again, as mentioned, has been all over the ice tonight for Edmonton, but there's lots of points to be thrown around. Dohaniuk, Lipin, Boucher. There's a shot that goes wide of the Brandon goal. Rebound to the side of the net. 90 seconds to go here in the third period. And out to center ice. It'll be dumped in and cleared by the Wheat Kings. They'll get a partial change here. Minute 15 to go here in the third period. Played here by the Oil Kings, out to center ice. Down the ice it goes. This will be an icing call against Edmonton. And with a minute 8 to go here in the third, we're going to face off back down in Edmonton territory. Face-off controlled by the Oil Kings inside their own line. They'll start out. They got cut off at center, and dumping it back in is the Wheat Kings. Last minute to play here in the third period. Rogers Place in Edmonton here on Brandon's bounce. 9-2 is the score. Brandon with a goal from Zimmer and Roersma. Roersma picking up an assist, so he adds to his point totals. He's now got 5 goals, 5 assists. Pardon me, 4 and 4, rather, with his goal tonight. 4 and 4 for 8 points. He had just 2 points in the Hub season last year, so he has just quadrupled his point output so far here through 8 games, and he's been on the top line here tonight. It's been real good, but there's hard to find many bright spots in this Brandon Wheat Kings roster up and down tonight, as we get a penalty coming up here to Mason Ward, and it's going to be an interference call. And so Edmonton will get one final power play with 19.5 seconds to go here in the third period. Mason Ward running a little interference there, so it is a late power play. We'll see if the Oil Kings buzz it around, try and add one more here. Back to the line. There's a shot glove down by Jones. And he'll hang on for the face-off, so I would say if anybody, be happy with his debut tonight, it'll be Nicholas Jones. Face-off control by the Oil Kings. Final 10 seconds, they'll finish on the power play. Jones another save as this one's deflected into the corner. And that will do it. The buzzer will sound here and bring about the end of this one. So Brandon does win the period. If we're looking for small victories here tonight, but it is a night to forget here in Edmonton as the Brandon Wheat Kings fall 9-2 at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings here in Game 1 of a 3-game Alberta road trip. As this one is over here in downtown Edmonton. We'll take a break and try and recap it for you. Edmonton wins 9-2, snaps Brandon's 3-game winning streak here in Edmonton. This has been Fowler Automotive, Brandon Wheat Kings hockey on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is CKX-FM Brandon. Bounce 96.1, an iHeart radio station.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. Since the pandemic, life has changed for all of us. 25% of us are consuming more alcohol and cannabis. Even though we're stuck at home, police are seeing an increase in impaired driving charges and the devastation that goes with it. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired and to encourage your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
A message from Jamie Lynn Hancock of MAD Canada.
Let the specialists at Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic put a smile on your face. With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and soft liners for lower dentures. Call Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic to book your free consultation.
Brandon Wheat Kings hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back inside Rogers Place here in downtown Edmonton as the Brandon Wheat Kings fall 9-2 tonight at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Certainly an ugly one here tonight for the Brandon Wheat Kings as they fall here in Game 1 of this 3-game Alberta road trip, certainly a night to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings as we try and summarize this one here for you. And we'll start with where and how we got to this point. As we go back to the first period, it was Jalen Lipin, his second of the season from Carter Such and Logan Dowhaniuk. That started a 5-goal first period for the Edmonton Oil Kings. They led 5-0 after one. 2 of those 5 goals coming while shorthanded, one of them on the power play. We won't go through everything individually in that first period, but it was a great period for Jalen Lipin. He had 2 goals in that first period. Dylan Gunther had a goal and an assist in that first period, and Logan Dowhaniuk had a pair of assists in that first period as well. Brandon did have a good start to the second. Rylan Roersma got on the board, his 4th of the year, and cut the lead to 4, just 3 minutes, 59 seconds in. But then it was another rattle of 4 straight Edmonton goals. Weeb, Boucher, Dowhaniuk with a pair, putting the Oil Kings up 9-1 through 40 minutes of play. Logan Dowhaniuk with 2 goals to finish the period, giving him 4 points on the night. That last goal with 5 seconds left in the second period coming on the power play pretty much ended it here tonight. But, like we mentioned, Brandon had to win the third period in order to build some good vibes heading into tomorrow night in Red Deer, and they did just that with Ty Zimmer scoring a power play goal late. The only goal of the period at 16:32, Zimmer's first from Roersma and Gregg. So here's how it broke down for the Edmonton Oil Kings on the score sheet box score tonight. Jacob Boucher with a goal and an assist. Dylan Gunther a goal and 2 assists. Jalen Lipin 2 goals, 2 assists. Logan Dowhaniuk a goal and 2 assists. Carter Such 2 goals and an assist. Jackson Weeb a goal and 2 assists. So multi-point nights all the way around the board for the Edmonton Oil Kings. Shots on goal in that third period for the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic. 12 for Brandon, a game total of 29. 6 for the Oil Kings, a game total of 38. Brandon was 1 for 7 on the power play tonight. Actually, they're saying 1 for 6 on the man advantage tonight. So 1 for 6 on the power play were the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Edmonton Oil Kings finished the night 2 for 4 on the man advantage. However, when you look at the specialty teams, the one piece that I would say is concerning is the fact that the Oil Kings scored 2 shorthanded goals in that first period. Brandon had only given up 1 shorthanded goal coming into the game, and they've now given up 3. So 2 shorthanded season. A power play goal for Brandon late gives them a bit of life at the end, and as mentioned, a little bit of a positive as they win the period. Faceoffs finished 41-30 in favor of the Edmonton Oil Kings. As for goaltending stats tonight, Carson Bjarnason, he allows 9 goals on 32 shots. That is a 23-save night for him through 40 minutes. Nicholas Jones comes in, stops all 5 he faces, and does a real good job in a mop-up duty for the Brandon Wheat Kings here tonight. So with that, certainly a tough one here tonight for the Brandon Wheat Kings. So we'll take a break. That's the summary of this one. 9-2 your final score. Brandon's win streak snapped at 3. We'll take a break. We'll hear from this head coach, Don McGilvery, next on Bounce 96.1.
Take your next trip with Compass Coach Lines, Brandon's only luxury coach line. Superior service doesn't have to be expensive. Compass Coach Lines, it's all about the drive. Visit compasscoachlines.com to book today.
For the ultimate in luxury, convenience, and innovations, you must check out the all-new Hyundai Palisade. Available in 7 and 8 passenger seating, the Palisade offers an elegantly modern interior, the latest in technology, and safety features you have to see to believe. Backed with a 5-year comprehensive warranty, the Palisade is a clear winner for the best value in the 7 and 8 passenger class. The Hyundai Palisade, perfect for the family and the ultimate driving experience. See it today at Fowler Hyundai, 3900 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
WHL Hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back inside Rogers Place here in downtown Edmonton. Brandon falling 9-2 tonight at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Don McGilvery joins us from inside the Wheat King locker room. Certainly a night of frustration for you, Don. Just talk about this one here tonight. How did you see this one shake out from your position behind the bench?
Well, we weren't ready to play. I mean, as simple as that. We were standing around watching. When Edmonton was ready, they came at us hard, and then the game was over after the first period. So, obviously didn't like how we played tonight, but it's more important how we respond. I think that there's obviously not a lot to like tonight. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, certainly, I talked about it after 40, is that, you can't really throw in the towel. It's game 1 of 3 in a row. And you kind of had to set the bar as, hey, we got to win this third period regardless of what happens. Did you at least like your effort in the third? You outshot the Oil Kings 12-6. You do win the period statistically, and I know it's kind of a minor victory in this one, but did you at least like the way your club finished this hockey game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they called off the dogs. I think they sat some guys back. So, but yeah, I mean, that's a bit of a victory, I guess. But there's lack of compete, lack of structure, just a lot of things tonight that, when you're not ready to go, those things get into your game, and then it's too hard to get it back. And, I felt bad leaving Barney in. I wanted to try to get to the end of the second period, and they scored 2 late ones there. And, that was the mindset there. But, we didn't have any help in front of them tonight. Tough spot for a young guy to go in. But, in the long run, maybe it'll be a good thing for him. He can battle hard and be mentally prepared to play the next game.
As a coach, you've been through this a lot. I mean, at every level, you've had losses that are one-sided. So, in comparison to the old days where you peel the paint off the wall and you throw the trash can around, what's the conversation like amongst your group at the intermissions in a game like this?
Well, it's just about competing and doing some things that, that we needed to do. Like, we turned pucks over all night long. Our power play gave up 2 shorthanded goals and almost gave up 3 or 4. So, obviously we weren't executing there. And then, when we started moving the puck a little bit better, we had some chances, and then that was probably the best part of the third period is we did start to generate some stuff on the power play. And, but yeah, I mean, yelling and screaming isn't going to get the job done. I think, guys got to understand the details. And when you're playing against good teams, how you have to play, you have to check, you have to be willing to take a hit to make a play, you have to get pucks in, get a good line change. You have to do a lot of little things in those types of games. So we're still learning. I think we're a young group tonight versus their team, and they're a little older group tonight, and I think they took advantage of us, and and we just didn't get the response we needed.
When you look at this,
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's 9-2 or 1-0. It's a loss, and it's how we're going to respond. We're going to be ready for a good Red Deer team tomorrow. Red Deer just came in and beat Edmonton, so there should be no surprise, that we're playing a good team tomorrow. We got to respond in the right way.
when you look at this, this lineup, and you and I talked about it at breakfast this morning, we've talked about it, we've scratched this record over and over again. How difficult is it for you guys to deal with the injuries? And have you ever seen anything like this in your time as coaching? I mean, even tonight, Nate Danielson, a fluke play where he's standing in front of the net, gets a puck off the ear, he leaves the game, and now you've got defensemen playing forward to help, stretch things out a little bit. Have you ever seen anything like this in your career?
Not to this extent for sure, but those are, that's an excuse. I think, that doesn't take away how we played. I mean, we had fresh legs to start the first period and we weren't very good. So, that's just an excuse as the game goes on. I think, we have some injuries. We have to deal with it. It's part of getting better as a group. But that shouldn't affect how you play the game. I think, we know if you know you're banged up, you gotta do some things to help your game. You gotta get pucks in. You gotta make good line changes. You gotta, to stop trying to dangle through the middle of the ice and turn pucks over and give odd man attacks. You gotta check. Like that. The 5 guys on the ice got to do a better job together and as a group. And it's just something that we've got to get, put behind us. We'll look at the goals against. I mean, they're all mistakes that we make that they force us to make. And you got to give Edmonton credit. They came at us hard. They did what they needed to do, and we'll be better team forward. But it's tough. It's tough being behind the bench in those situations. But I take as much responsibility as the players. I mean, we weren't ready to play, so that falls on us as well. So we got to make sure that we do a better job.
Well, Donnie, I appreciate you doing this, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Don McGillivray joining us on the post-game show here tonight. Certainly a frustrating night for Don McGillivray and the coaching staff. You could hear it in his voice as we carry on with the post-game show. We've got our out-of-town scoreboard, 3 stars, coming up next, and we'll wrap things up here from Edmonton. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
Home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. This is CKX-FM Brandon. Bounce 96.1, an iHeart radio station.
Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub. The place to be before and after every Wheat Kings game. 15 flavors of poutine, a full draft beer menu, and dozens of big screens to catch up on all the action. Joe Beaver's, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
The all-in clear-out is on now at Fowler Nissan. You can lease a 21 Sentra for $49 weekly or a 21 Rogue for $89 weekly. Plus, you'll receive a 2-year no-charge maintenance plan. You can also save big on 21 Murano with a $4,000 standard cash credit. We have 80 new vehicles in stock ready for delivery during the all-in clear-out. On now at Fowler Nissan, 3620 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
This is Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Well, that'll pretty much do it for us here tonight. We'll take a quick look at your 3 stars. Boy, it could have been any of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Carter Such, Logan Dohaniuk, and Jalen Lipin are your 3 stars tonight, 3-2-1. Boy, the Oil Kings really distributed the points all over the board here tonight in a 9-2 victory over the Brandon Wheat Kings. We'll wrap up with your out-of-town scoreboard. Elsewhere tonight, 3-1 Everett over Portland, 5-1 Kamloops over Vancouver. Boy, goals everywhere tonight. PG, 5-1 over Victoria, 3-0 Seattle over Tri-City. Lethbridge trailing 6-3 to Red Deer. That's a final now. Saskatoon, 5-2 win over Regina. Calgary, 5-2 win over Swift Current, and a 6-2 win over Medicine Hat over PA tonight. So goals all over the place tonight in the Western Hockey League. AAA U18 action. Pembina Valley falling 6-5 to the Wild. The Thrashers lead Norman 7-4. MJ action, Winkler over Winnipeg 4-1. Verdun beat Dauphin 6-4. Wayway beating OCN 7-2. Neepwa over Swan 7-4. Steinbach over Portage 2-1. And Selkirk beat the Blues 6-1. NHL action, it was Vegas with a 3-2, Oilers with a 3-2 lead over Vegas in the second. Dallas leading LA, that's a final now, 3-2 in overtime. And the Sharks beating the Leafs 5-3. Earlier today, the Bruins beat the Sabres 4-1. Major League Baseball, the Houston Astros, right now, a 5-0 victory today. They win that series and punch their ticket to the World Series against the winner of the Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers. Atlanta leads that series 3-2. Game 6 is tomorrow at 3:08 first pitch. CFL action today. The Alouettes over the Argos 37-16. It's a tripleheader tomorrow. Ottawa is in Hamilton. The Lions in Winnipeg. And the Rough Riders are in Calgary to take on the Stampeders in the CFL. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard for tonight, and that'll do it for us here in Edmonton as the Brandon Wheat Kings fall 9-2 tonight at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Certainly a frustrating night for the Brandon Wheat Kings, but they will hit the reset button. A couple of bright spots tonight. Rylan Roersma picks up a goal and assist tonight, and Nick Jones was good tonight as well in his debut. Stopped all 5 shots he made, and arguably a highlight of the night. And I think Chris Falco, who's our computer guru back at home, is doing up the highlights tonight right now. And I would imagine that Nick Jones' save in the third period is going to be in contention for the Chris Lowe highlight of the night tonight. But not many good things coming out of this one here tonight. As the Brandon Wheat Kings fall 9-2 to the Edmonton Oil Kings. We're back at it tomorrow in Red Deer, 8 o'clock puck drop pregame show at 7:45. We'll have it for you right here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. And you can also catch it on the CHLlive.com. Watch.chl.com. From all of us, including producer Dalen back at Command Central, have yourself a great Friday night. Be smart, be safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow from the PV Mart Centrium in Red Deer. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to live play-by-play action of the Western Hockey League.
Oh, that was pretty it for the Wheat Kings. Kind of sucks they lost. But what can you do, right? But let's get into playing some Xbox Farming Simulator 19. Not 19, NHL 21. Yeah, guys, let's play some NHL 21, and hopefully you guys don't hear someone in the background. Hope you guys don't hear someone in here. But yeah, that was a sucky live stream. Sucky game against Edmonton. That kind of sucked for the Wheat Kings that they lost. But yeah, guys. I don't know if Node Pro Gaming is back. Okay, you guys can hear the audio. Okay, I was just checking if you guys hear the audio or not.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
But hey, guys, I don't know if No Pro Gaming is in here or whatever. But we'll be doing the same game what we played against, and see how we do on the game versus the team what we played against. And why is it not showing up? I was like, why is it not showing up? But yeah, that was a sucky game for the Wheat Kings though. 9-2. Oof, we lost. That was like our own home opener. We sucked. But the Edmonton Oil Kings are home. Kind of sucks that I don't have the play thing, but yeah, Edmonton Oilers Kings right here, and then up here is the Brandon Wheat Kings. Well, that's the Ultra jersey. It's pretty nice, isn't it? I kind of like it. I kind of like the Ultra jersey. But yeah, it kind of sucks that the team lost.
Hi everybody, along with Ray Ferraro down at ice level. My name is James Cebulski. Robertson's one of those.
But I bet you it's not that big.
Selling tickets for this one, Ray.
Alright.
Dangerous player who can skate and shoot the puck. Any team would be lucky to have him. The Wheat Kings take possession here on the opening draw, and we are underway. And it's
Oh, that wasn't like us for that.
The game can change so quickly. An early score, and it is something
The actual game in real life.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. The Wheat Kings lead it 1-0. Here's a chance, and a delayed penalty.
See, in real life, the refs don't even call that bullshit call. That is, I don't know what to tell y'all.
You get your stick in the wrong spot, he steps on your stick, and there's nothing you can do. Unleashes a cannon, denies him with the save.
Oh shit.
Unable to reach that one. The Oil Kings have it from their own end. From the defensive zone, they move the puck around. Makes a move in front.
Look at that blocks.
Major league block on the play.
Good defense. I wish that was like today's game. Good defense, but it'll be tomorrow another game, you guys.
Here's the pass. It's in.
Tomorrow we'll be playing at Rebels. And Sunday as well. Sunday will be a bit earlier stream though, with the game happening at 4 p.m. so 5 p.m. our time.
Couldn't complete the play.
So.
From the right wing, he moves into the middle. Nice poke check inside the attacking zone. Up along the wall on the right side and into the attacking area. Edmonton's coaches will not be liking that power play opportunity as they fail to convert and give up a short-handed one.
Well, that doesn't go according to plan. The power play's done, and they've given up a shorty. Those are always deflating.
Great read to break up the play. Referee's got his
That is a stupid fucking call. I hate NHL 21. They call like they just fell onto the ground for tripping. That's so fucking stupid. In real life, the refs don't even fucking call that.
Kings are going to be short-handed because of a tripping call. Played with fire, he got burned, Ray.
He's digging around for the
So stupid, bro.
Sometimes you just get caught. This time the player goes down and he's got to go to the box.
They'll want to clear the zone here while they're trying to kill off this penalty. The Wheat Kings carry it along the wall. Here's a shot,
oh,
and
shit.
there's the save. Nearing the midway mark.
I hate NHL 21 when they do this. Freaking makes it tripping, but it's not even tripping in real life.
The Oil Kings have it now.
Refs suck with that.
Keeler's carrying it ahead. Lets it go. Takes that one right in the logo. From the left wing, takes the feed.
Oh shit.
And they send it right back to him. Shot, and he comes up with it.
People don't just fall like that easy.
Defensive end. And uses the
Perfect.
length of his stick to knock that puck away.
Skate.
Out, 2-on-1. And he takes a shot. Both teams are now back to even strength as the power play has expired.
No, 𝗦cie. 𝗦cie. Hey,
Very few chances, not much danger.
Great defensive effort breaking up the pass.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Up here, looks like slashing is the call.
Haha, you guys got a poundy. Haha. Suckers.
Kings will serve 2 for slashing.
Now that's a frustration penalty. It's a bad one for him to take.
Trips it on net, and that's blocked away. No one home.
So if you guys hear someone in the background.
Slides the puck over. Moves across the point.
Oh, damn it. Hopefully she knows that I'm streaming.
So late, the goalie's not expecting it anymore. And when you shoot it like this, you're going to get somebody to bark at you.
Get the hell down there. Brewers, whatever, however you call her damn name.
Not much to be said from the home team here. Their bench kind of quietly sits back down after their guy comes on the losing end of this bout.
Yeah, the air from this building seems to have just deflated in
Oh,
here.
what the hell?
And the puck leaves the zone. Up along the wing. Sends it across. And the traffic jam in front blocks the shot. And
Oh,
a
damn
bad
it.
Pass, and they'll be forced to start all over again outside the offensive end. Time running out with this man advantage. Here we go. Carries it in. To his teammate.
Oh my goodness, that was a bad pass, bruh. Another bad pass. Go, Chad 𝗦cie, not 𝗦cie. What the hell? Fooch.
He grabs the puck here at the point.
Okay, Winnie Greg. What a nice goal by Wingley Greg. Let's go.
Brandon's offense has been on fire to start this one, and still lots of time left in the first. Face off here in the neutral zone, and we are back underway.
Nice. Go. Oh, damn it. Vincinario. Come on, bruh. Shit. Come on, Slimy. Can do this. Block. Good block. However I say that name, I don't even know how to say that. Io. Vincinario. Go. Skate. Pass. Oh! McCollum. Come on. Oh, shit. Vincinario. Luca Buzan. Boom. Body checks. Duncan Pierce. Go. Come on, Duncan. Oh, my goodness. What was that pass? Okay. Johnny Lambos, come on. What a nice block by Johnny Lambos. Pass it to Duncan Pierce. Down to the ice. Duncan Pierce shots. Almost went in. Johnny Lambos, nope. If I could click on him. Tesla or whatever, however you spell his name. That is not a fucking trip, stupid refs. You guys suck in NHL 21. You guys suck in NHL 21. Holy fuck, that's not even an actual trip. You guys, in real life, they don't fucking trip like that. That is so fucking stupid.
Safety first. Brandon's offense has been shining brightly so far in this first period.
Vincinario. Pass it to Jad Nychuk. Nytuck. I don't know why I keep saying Nytuck. Winley Greg. Ooh, almost scored. But the refs on NHL 21, they suck at reffing. Like, when I don't even trip him, they just go in front of you, and it's still called tripping. Refs suck, and the game sucks about that. Hopefully they fix that in NHL 22. With the fucking tripping. So damn annoying. Because in real life, they don't even call that shit. Oh. Yeah. Oh shit. Eat. Oh. See? That's effed up. That's F up. That's fucking bullshit. That's not even a tripping in real life. The full-on tripping is when the player goes on to do the knees. That's how stupid. Huh? Oh, I thought there was a fucking penalty on nothing. See? That is not a fucking penalty if I try to block him and the player comes. That. This game is stupid when it's like that. Like, look. Hold up. Instant replay. Instantly replay. Yeah, I can't speak. Like, look at this. This is bull crap. This guy passes. Oh, shit. This is a bad view. But this guy passes. Here. He comes down and trips. Like, that's not even a fucking tripping penalty call. Like, what the hell, ref? That's not even tripping. I came to block the ball. I meant the puck. And they call that as a stupid tripping call? That is so fucking stupid, ref. Like, you guys suck in NHL 22 when you guys make this game. If you guys do this in NHL 22, you guys suck. That's not even tripping. if this is like this in NHL 22. It's like, that's not even a tripping. He came and blocked the shot and he just fell down. Like, they don't call that in real life. Like, that's so stupid. Like, he drops, like, that's stupid. I'm going to tell NoPro Gaming to join my stream. Okay, so I just asked NoPro Gaming, but like, this is so stupid. Like, in real life, they don't even call that. Like, I came, I dived, I went like that, and he just fell over top. Like, is that... these refs just suck. That's what it is. Like, that's not even tripping. Like, see? I just blocked him like that, and... like, that's... my goodness, bruh. NHL 22 needs to fix that, because I came to block the puck. Like, he came like this with the puck, passes it, try to block it, and then he just falls down. Like, he goes... he already shot the puck. See? He had his stick off and he already shot the puck, and then he just went boom and fell over. Is that... that is so stupid how they call it. This is tripping. Like, look at that. That's not even a tripping call. The rest suck on this game. I don't know what it is, but they just suck on this game, bro. Because that's not even a tripping penalty call. Like, that's so stupid. Like, see? He shot it, and then I blocked him, and then... huh? Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, huh? That's not even tripping. He shot the puck already. Like, look at this. He had no puck on his thing. Like, see? No puck at all. No puck. No puck when he tripped. Because I came and blocked it. And then... like, that is so stupid, that how he did that. But yeah, guys, hit that like button and subscribe, though. Hope you guys are enjoying my stream. Like, this is so stupid that this is not even a trippy, guys. Like, NHL 21 needs to fix their crap. Like, that's not even a trip. Unless it is. Who knows? But NoPro Gaming hasn't answered me yet, but he'll probably review it around, yeah, but that's just a stupid tripping call. Like, it said drive blocked. Like, see? Drive blocked. So I blocked the puck. Almost said ball again. And then went like that. And then tripping penalty call. Like, huh? That is so stupid. He'll probably rewatch my stream anyway. But yeah, that is... I don't know. It's very stupid of those refs calling that as a tripping. It's just stupid. It's just stupid, bruh.
The frozen biscuits dropped and we are back underway here. Nice zone entry on the left side. Close, but
Oh,
not
shit.
close enough.
He gets rid of the puck in a hurry. Just zips it over the crossbar.
They'll want to clear the zone here while they're
Oof.
trying to kill off this penalty. And he slides it quickly to Schneider. Can't connect.
Come on, Schneider.
He almost lost it for a second
Schneider.
there, but regains control of the puck. His reflexes on display.
No!
He's all alone with the goaltender.
Save it! Damn it! Damn it.
Time at all. He was so tight to the net. He makes a nice move to finish it off.
That was filthy.
Damn it, bruh. That sucked Donkey Kong.
Edmonton's given themselves
That sucked Donkey Kong.
longs for hope here, Ray.
Hope? A chance? Hey, it's here.
Something.
Time isn't the enemy yet.
Brandon's penalty killers get a hold of it. Through the
Skate.
overpass, they're picking up steam. Great chance in front.
Oh, what an amazing boom, boom, boom. Like, damn, son. Nathan, slay me. What an amazing goal. Luca Buzan is in center. He's about to. There we go. Whatever, how I spell his name. I don't know. I even know how to spell that name. Or say it. Comedios running or whatever. I don't know how. Oh, there's a name on Edmonton Oilers Kings called Cap. That's a funny last name. Just Cap. McCollum passes to Johnny Lambos. The Thieves, or whatever you say it. Luca Buzan passes to Thieves. Passes to Johnny Lambos. Oh, ouch. Hey! And the number 15 just comes in right away and boom, 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 boom. Let's go, Marcus Koloskinak, or whatever you say his name. I have no idea.
They're playing at a different level than their opponents. It doesn't look like there's anything that can slow them down.
And play resumes as the puck is dropped.
Oh yes, go, 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 go. Johnny Lampos. Lampos? What? Passes to Johnny Lampos. Luca Duncan Pierce. Price, yes. Johnny Lampos. Ooh, nice moves.
I think he did. Man, that thing is way over top of the net.
Stop that one.
Nice passing.
Back to the blue line.
Shit, Johnny Lampos.
Break up the pass. Shot in front. And he blocks that one. Brandon's gained
Is he
possession
stuck?
along the
Okay, I
boards.
thought he was injured.
Pokes it away here in the neutral zone. Stays with it. Along the boards, they battle for the puck. And that slides right out to center ice. And player hauled down to the
That's not a fucking trip. So stupid. Like, holy fuck, refs.
But he ends up missing the net.
comes to an end. Here's the officials.
This NHL 21 sucks because of the tripping. Like, look at this trip. Not even a fucking trip. He just went, oh, trip. What the fuck?
The Oil Kings once again send out their power play unit.
Well, you can tell these guys must be
So
bubbling
stupid.
with confidence here, James, because they've already scored on the power play tonight. And so they get another chance. They must feel good they have the formula tonight. Oh, that's going to be a...
How is that a my?
And we got another stoppage in play for, guess what? Yeah, another penalty being called here.
NHL 22 sucks at. I mean, NHL 21 sucks at people tripping. Hopefully they fix that in NHL 22. Hey! I think, no, that's Slimy again? Holy shit! Slimy! Nathan Slimy! Holy shit, buddy. Just keep scoring and scoring and scoring. Holy fuck.
I mean, if you're on this side of it, yes. You're on the other side, no fun allowed.
And still lots of time here in this second period.
Ooh. Come on, Nathan Slimy. Get a hat trick. Ooh, he almost did. Come on, Nathan Slimy. Slay me. I hit the crossbar.
The Wheat Kings ring another one off the goalpost. I've kind of lost count how many it's been tonight, James, but
Perfect.
still got the lead.
Come on, Nathan, slay me. Skate, 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 skate.
Here he is with the backhander. Denies him in front.
But he came out and challenged him. Good save.
Come on, Nathan, slay me.
Brandon's at the back end. From the boards, he takes that pass. And that goes wide.
Oh, I like this, James. They've really cycled the puck well on this shift. Now they can hold it, and you put the pressure on the defenders. Eventually, they pull you down, or you get a great chance.
He was locked in there. Brandon's grabbed a hold of the puck.
No.
Here he comes in on a breakaway. That's poked away.
Oh.
The goaltender, because if you don't get the poke check, you're out of position.
Takes the pass as he banks it off the wall.
No, he just got off.
Goes a little sideways.
Damn, Nathan.
Centering pass, and that's broken.
I mean, we still got the second. Yeah. Get the hell down there, boy.
Quickly, if you go at that pace, you take away all the available ice.
Nothing doing.
You kick yourself in the tail after you miss a chance like this. Has to be on the net.
Oh my goodness.
And the period has come to an end in what has been a very one-sided affair tonight.
Limited edition team prints are available tonight at your team store. Get yours before
Yee.
they're gone.
The third period is just moments away, and both Ray and I will be ready to bring you all the action here on EA Sports.
I wish this was for the Wheat Kings from tonight's game. Hopefully the Wheat Kings will play better at Red Dealer Bubbles for tomorrow's. But yeah, guys, hit the like button and do all that good stuff. Okay. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this stream. Right now it's just fine. There you go.
Third period action. Are you ready? I'm ready. Ray's ready. The players are ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
Third period underway here. This has been a total squash to this point. Ray with 2 periods. Thoughts on the game to this point.
What the? That's stupid.
Their hands on the puck very much, and as a result, no offense.
Time for the power play unit to get back to work.
They've talked in the last week about really trying to be more aggressive.
Oh wait, Nathan. Nathan, Slimey's out. Slay me, not slimy.
Maintains possession.
Go Nathan, slay me.
The Wheat Kings are on the attack.
Come on, get your hat trick.
Control of the puck. Wide of the net.
So close.
Place on the ice, and he can't capitalize.
Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. There's the whistle. Penalty shot to call.
What? That's not even a fucking trip.
At least you can chase him and make him hurry. Now
These refs suck. That's not even a fucking penalty shot from tripping. Holy shit.
Shooter didn't get done what he wanted to. He wanted to open the goalie up, but the goalie stays square and makes the stop.
The Wheat Kings have built themselves a sizable lead here early in this third period. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. Here's a shot, and that goes off a player in front.
This is almost like last night's game.
Here inside the defensive zone, they get the puck. The Wheat Kings will play it in their own end. The Oil Kings can't convert on the power play. Both sides are back to even strength.
Well, these penalty killers have been on the same page from the drop of the puck tonight. Oh, look at that. Here we go.
That's not a fucking penalty. Oh my god, these refs suck.
We've got a penalty on the way. The Wheat Kings are getting 2 minutes for tripping.
Always a little careless to get a tripping penalty. You get your stick into the player's feet, and when he goes down, you're going to go to the box.
Power play unit going back to work.
They've already scored on the power play tonight. They'll get another chance here. James, I don't think they have to change anything with the way they go about it.
And he denied that opportunity.
Kruger's had a relatively
How about you call
easy
on
night.
them? Not just fucking on us.
Nice, comfortable lead.
And NHL 21 sucks.
The Wheat Kings played along the wing. Chase right in front. Turns it away.
Oh, he reads the play really well to get out and aggressive to make that save.
Here's a shot. Glove save, and the puck moves on. And he coughs it up with the penalty.
Oh my.
There's the whistle stopping play. Penalty coming up here.
Okay, that's.
Tripped him up, and he's off to the box for it, Ray.
Reaching out for the puck, you get your stick into his feet. This is the consequence.
The Wheat Kings will play it from the defensive zone.
4 minutes, 29 seconds.
Chance in front. Oh, and he can thank his stick for that one.
No room for the shooter. The goaltender snuffed it out.
These refs suck.
The puck along the boards. And he connects with the long bomb. Jabs the puck away.
Ayo, come on, you dum dum.
Work to kick it away. Smart defensive play here in
Good
the
boy.
open ice.
Wait, why did I say good boy?
Brandon's across the blue line. Takes a shot. Stones up with the
Luka Busan hasn't got a goal yet.
So secure in his save selection. Nice stop, but the rebound in the corner is the best part.
You wanna screw up, boys? Let's fucking fight, boys.
Edmonton's won the face-off deep in their own end. Schneider's back out onto the ice as we are back to even strength here.
Hey, Nathan Slimy. Don't call him Slimy.
Not much in your zone, lots of shots on the other team.
Jostles the puck loose. Couldn't find the intended target. From the point, looks to make something happen. Made the stop on that play. Maintains possession of the puck along the blue line. Wow.
Oh, you want to fight? Let's go.
Well, here comes the response.
You can't do that. You cannot shoot the puck after the whistle and expect that nobody's going to get grumpy.
Oh, and he
Get the hell down there, boys.
That's a clear decision there. This is frustration that's just bubbled over from a night that's gone poorly start to finish.
They've got the debris all cleared up off the ice, and both teams step in for the face-off. Puck is dropped, play resumes. From center, they get into the attacking area.
Ooh,
The
come on.
Wheat Kings have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Knocks the puck away in the open ice with the steal. Brandon's got.
How about you call on them tripping, stupid ref, when you do the ice.
Takes the feed. Here's an offensive chance. Takes the shot, and that banks off a stick. And now he moves it quickly to Schneider.
For you little shit.
The zone. The Oil Kings scoop it up along the boards. Brandon's looking to break out of their own end. From the left side, they enter the attacking zone. Move to the middle.
Oh, puck doesn't get there. So crowded in front of the goaltender.
Can't catch up to the pass. Turns him away. Pokes it away to stay on the attack. Nice feed inside the offensive zone from the boards. Four straight.
They seem stunned, like they cannot stem the tide. The 4 straight goals have been just a dominating stretch of play. That change of direction's tough for the goalie to follow. It's past him before he can react.
Wheat Kings are on absolute cruise control here in the third.
Well, they've built such a large margin, you can use your whole bench and coast it in.
This neutral zone face-off set to go, and we are back underway. He's got a step, and where'd that
But
go?
Why, it doesn't get on the net. He misses the net as he tries to make the perfect play.
Edmonton's got a hold of the puck. Skates across the blue line. Snaps one here in the slot. Gives them nothing in front. Picked up along the wall by Williams. And he's taken down the official's arm, signaling for
that
the
is
penalty.
stupid.
Kings will lose a man, tripping the call.
He's fishing around, trying to get to the puck. Unfortunately for him, he sweeps out his feet.
And a strong effort on that play.
Bye guys, hit that like button and subscribe.
The zone through center. Centering pass.
Oh, ouch.
Broken up, great block there. Trying to get back on the attack now. Takes the feed at the back end.
What a nice goal by Vincent Oyo. Woo!
The Wheat Kings continue to rack up the goals here in this third period.
Well, Edmonton just needs to score 2. And then the Wheat Kings just need to score 1. And that'll be the same score as tonight's game. So, if we score, and then our poor open net, like an empty net,
Edmonton's power play is over. What a disaster as they give up a shorthanded goal. He's going off for tripping, and doesn't everybody
oh,
feel like they're innocent?
hey, they finally get a penalty, suckers.
Williams wins possession in the defensive zone. Scott's gonna smother it.
You gonna fight? Come on, Nathan, slay me. You can do a shit.
Tonight they put a lot of shots on net and lead it big time late in this third period. More time off the clock as they grab the puck. Nice pass. Cuts to the paint and puts it.
Just let us score one more, and then I will have open net for you, empty net for you guys.
They're behind because they have not capitalized.
Fires it, and it comes up with the save.
Still pushing.
You wanna go? You wanna go, loser? You wanna go, losers?
Robertson's not interested in dropping the mitts and going at it.
Brandon's got it in the offensive zone.
But of course, McCartney has to get in the way.
Gets the full use of his stick on the
Freaking hell!
Nearing the final 60 seconds of this one. Handles the puck. Moves it around along the half wall. Sends it over. Dismiss that chance. There's another stop.
Oh, he's on it there. Both saves are really good ones.
No, sir.
Somehow the shooter got
How
loose
the
in
hell?
slot, but the goaltender's equal to the task. That's a good save. While the power play melts away, they don't get anything on it. I don't think it's particularly important because they've got such a nice lead here. They just want to run the clock out.
The Wheat Kings smoke.
Come on, Nathan.
Here they are on the attack. Sends it across.
A hat trick for Nathan. Slay me. Oh yeah, now. So now we go to how am I supposed to go? Is it settings? Yes. Medium. Quick settings. No, not that. Game settings. Period length. High for sim. Audio. No. On ice trainer. What is that? I don't know. Controls the settings. No. Oh, that's switching sides, but no. Gameplay sliders. Oh, that's to adjust that. So I can have it at the top or bottom. Okay, so how can I pull my goalie? There's like something you can pull the goalie with. I don't know where. Pull goalie. Yes, sir. We are pulling goalie.
The Wheat Kings are going to want to bring this big lead home late in the third. Brandon's won the draw in the neutral zone. His third of the game. Scores!
There you go. I just want to do that because it won't be the same score then. So that's why I wanted to do that. From the
Kick in the shins. He put the puck back towards his own net. I'm not sure if he knew the goaltender was out or not, but it's right in the middle of his own goal.
The Wheat Kings have been the busier team in the shot department, and they lead it late in this third period. That pass doesn't go. Hammers a shot just wide. Takes the feed. Pokes it away in his own end. Completely misses on the play.
You don't even make the goalie work here. You've got to make him.
Picking up a head of steam on the breakaway. What a stop on the breakaway.
Damn.
He waits for the first move.
That was a nice save and a nice boom boom baby boom 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 boom.
And that'll do it here this evening.
These are few and far between, James. You get out to a good lead, you pad that lead, and you get to coast home.
Just a dominant victory and never really let up. Just continued to play that way all the way through to the final horn. In the meantime and in between time, he's Ray, I'm James. Good night.
But yeah, that was a good stream and whatnot. It kind of sucks that the Brandon Wheat Kings lost, but the Brandon Wheat Kings won on NHL 21, so that's like... But yeah, guys, hope you guys are having an amazing day. See you guys in my next video and live stream. I'll be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. So tomorrow, you guys, will be a later stream. So 8 p.m. I'll be live tomorrow. And Sunday, I'll be live around 5 p.m. for the next Wheat Kings game on Sunday and the next Wheat Kings game on Saturday. So, yeah, guys, that was an amazing stream. Almost 4.5 hours stream. Almost 4 hours stream, actually. It's still 3 hours, but almost 4 hours stream. So that's kind of crazy. But anyway, have an amazing rest of the night. Gotta get some videos out for you guys for tomorrow. I don't know how many videos I'll upload tomorrow. I might upload 3 videos tomorrow. I might have 2 Rave Reports videos and an MLB The Show game. Who knows, right? But anyway, guys, see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing rest of the day. That was a good game. And yeah, see y'all in tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of the night.
I came from a dark place, bro. I came from a dark place, and I'm not perfect. Like, you gotta understand, the ego is not going nowhere. You just know how to control that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going nowhere. You feel me? When you connect with your higher self, you still gonna have your ego. We are the ego. Yeah. Speedway. Spend hella bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗏𝗏. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah. Speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn. Speedway. Spend hella bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗏𝗏. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah. Speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn. Speedway. And my bitch on fleek. Gucci bands on my meat. I'm buying her cash, never lease. I'm stacking the bag and repeat. We fucking, I'm changing the sheets. When we done, she kissing your cheek. So who are you niggas to me? Yeah, sound fake man, I said it. Yeah, bank account got red millions. Yeah, her ass so fat and the face a tan and the waist like my spaghetti. Yeah, goddamn really don't get it. Yeah, I need me a brand new petty. Yeah, my watch so big and my clip so big, send 30 shots out take your ass to school. When I was in school, they told my ass I wasn't cool. Now I'm driving on the motherfucking speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Get into the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Get into the best is pre-K. Yeah, you watch my vids on replay. Hold up, what you bang? Fuck your chains, wear your mains. Feel my pain. Flex again, leave a stain. But the Glock gon' rain. If you touch my fan, if you touch my friends, I collect my check. Put the bus on rolling in the picture frame. Feel my pain. Do you really feel the same? Yeah. I stay in my lane, then I cop a different chain. Ayy, I hop in a gang, then I turn it to a gang. All these bitches on my line, man, my life is not the same. Ayy, yeah. Oh no, oh. Do I want these females and these hoes? I just want the money and these clothes. But this shit is moving out of no, oh, oh, oh. Oh no, do I really want these new hoes? My dog's been eating, so we score up like a field goal. 20 racks up on the nigga, then we out, bro. RIP my fucking mama, that's an outro. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Get into the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Get into the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn.
Reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hey, Speedway Part 2, fuck it. Listen. Oh yeah, we back with shit. 22, that's a new crib. Remember back in high school, I ain't had shit. I just free my schedule, about to call my dad a whip. 2020 Benz with the rims and with the tent. 2020 vision, I just see a Tesla. Dropped out of school, I don't need professors. My monthly income is an annual of a damn professor. So why the fuck you telling me how to run a checker? YouTube, TD, merch, it free me. Cycle, repeat it, feeling conceited. More time when you see me walk in a room. More time when you see my numbers on the tube. Fuck it, more time when you see my numbers in the bank. More time when these females wanna see my chase. More time me and Jay is really getting paid. More time at the crib and we eating steak. Ayy, speedway, payway, my way. Anyway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Balling you niggas like D-Wade. Making the bands on 2K. I'm locking it up like a two-way. I don't give a fuck what she say, cause I've been too proud these days. Hey, these days, I just tend to smile. Fuck the money, fuck the fame, I'm the golden child. My mental health is so sexy, they just ask me how. I meditate, I manifest, then I break it down. Break it down. Oh. Yeah, Speedway, payway, my way. Anyway, all you niggas is cheesecake. Balling you niggas like 2K. Speedway Part 2. Yours truly. Yeah.
I came from a dark place, bro. I came from a dark place, and I'm not perfect. Like, you gotta understand, the ego is not going nowhere. You just know how to control that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going nowhere. You feel me? When you connect with your higher self, you still gonna have your ego. We are the ego.
Yeah. Speedway, spend 100 bands on the week.